Good morning and welcome to the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in beautiful Attica, Indiana for round number 1 in the Central Series. We've got rocks, we've got tight woods, we got mud, we got the rock quarry and the big sand dunes out back. It's going to be some of the best racing we've had all season long. I am Miles Hasselquist live from the Big B studio presented by Take It Live. And this is Ultra 4 USA Racing at its finest. We've got just shy of 100 racers that are going to be hitting the course today. We are about to go live for qualifying. It is a 1 mile loop, and it's pretty quick. Only one little tough rock section. The rest of it's go fast. Some wash sections, a little bit of water, and you'll see them come up just to my back across that ridge and take that checkered flag. So we'll get everything set up for this afternoon's race. And then we'll be racing all day tomorrow as well. This afternoon, we take off at 3:30 for the stock and the Youth 1K. Then tonight at 5:30 will be the 4,500 and 4,600 class. And then at 7:30 will be the 4,900 open class. So we'll get qualifying done hopefully around lunch, take a quick little break, reset, and then go live racing from 3:30 till about 9 o'clock. So it should be fun, should be exciting. This afternoon's course is 11 miles. And again, Badlands has it all. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Getting everything lined up. I think I heard we're almost clear of course, getting ready to take off. I see Stan the Man Hands over there with Branik Motorsports. Been a supporter for us for a very long time and the presenting sponsor of today's or this weekend's race. Listen to the PCI Race Radio real quick. Sounds like we're getting close. Getting everything lined up, and we're about to go getting a couple safety checks. We got Chad Hunt with Team Indiana hopping in the Big B studio. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, Miles?
I'm doing great. We're here early in the dark, getting everything set up. The sun is here. It's shining. Going to be a beautiful day.
Today sounds like it will be a beautiful day.
But I hear the weather overnight could get interesting.
Yeah, that's typical for Badlands,
exactly.
right?
We can blame you then, right?
Yeah, I think I brought that out to Moab, too.
No doubt, yeah. Moab was absolutely beautiful setting up, and then race day, boy, it hit hard.
Oh, we had hail, we had rain. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
Typical Ultra 4 race.
Well, not typical Moab, but typical Ultra 4, that is no doubt. So you guys are all ready. You've been pre-running yesterday. What did you think of the course?
Good. It's tight. It's technical. We got some rocks. We got some desert sand dunes out there.
How cool is it to be in the middle of the Midwest
right.
and have sand dunes that are legit sand dunes? They're
right.
awesome.
Sand dunes, just the hills. Most of Indiana is flat. We got, coordination for a reason here.
Exactly.
But here they've found a little piece. And they turned it into something awesome.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the qualifying course. That's what we're getting ready to hit. It's only 1 mile long. It's got the wash. It's got some tight trees. And we are off the line right here. And that should be the number 333 of Tyler Clever out of West Point, Indiana, about 15 miles down the road with Team Indiana. This is the tire spine stock class. In his Polaris RS1 with Evolution Off-Road Films, JW Performance, Extreme of Washington County, Metalworks, Tire Spine, Double E Suspension, and Speed Squad. And give Tyler a shout-out. He'll be running one of the drones for us later today. He's part of your team. You guys hit me up, and he's going to qualify now and then hop on the drone and fly for us. So I was like, hey, how about you qualify first so you can get back to work?
That's right. Get that racing thing over with. Let's get to work.
So we got Jack here flying as well. So we'll have 2 drones off and on. There's the race line start finish as we speak. What do you think the fast qualifying time is going to be? I'm going to guess 1:30. Is that too quick?
I don't know. It's tight, but it's open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of back and forth seesawing back through there, but it went quick. So I'd be curious to see if we get that 1:30, 1:50, or if we're going to be a sub 1 minute.
So you're thinking sub 1 minute. All right.
I think some of the big cars, the 4,400 class, could probably do a sub 1 minute. I doubt it, but it's impressive if you see it.
And you've got one of those Miller cars that are designed for the woods, the tight trees. So I think those cars could really shine this weekend.
Yep. Well, we still have the water. You still run through the water, and it's on your helmet, and you're trying to see through the water dots and mud. But
here comes Tyler up the backside. That is directly by me. So you go down this little wash, or on top of this ridge, you drop back in the woods, a hard right, and back towards the race line, start, finish. So Tyler's got a pretty good track. This is his hometown track. He's worked here. He's wheeled here. He knows every part of this course. So we'll see what kind of time he gets here very shortly as he crosses it. And make sure you go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for the same timing we have here in the Big B studio. And it is a 1:52 for Tyler Clever. So I guessed the 1:30. You guessed 1 minute. We're both wrong.
Yep.
So we'll see how this action goes. We are going to qualify in classes. We're going to start with the stock, and then we'll move into the EMC classes, then UTV Open, and then we will do Pro Mod and 44-48 combined, because you guys are racing with 48s today.
Yep. Those guys don't they got to run with us big boys, and they're more than capable here. So
our first competitor in the Youth 1K is number 12 of Mason Dowker and his dad, Tad, out of Elk Rapids, Michigan, with North Shore Raceworks, and that Polaris Turbo with MRT, Raceline, Warren Racing, and Baja Designs. His first race was back in 2023, and he's got 7 podiums because he started in 170 as stair-stepping into the Youth 1K before he starts battling with the big dogs out there.
Yeah, well, that family there, they're the reason I'm here. Tad had a motor, and I went up and bought it, and yes.
I know you had engine issues. I didn't know you got it from Tad. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
You couldn't find a junkyard to get one from?
I did. I wanted a little bit more than that.
I got you. So you put that in the wife's car, huh?
Yeah, that's what's in her Jeep. So she likes it.
No, that's we played around a little bit in Moab, and man, what a beautiful time that was.
Absolutely. You guys do an amazing job with the staff. Being there and helping you guys out.
Yeah, in Moab, you couldn't race because you were having engine issues, so you guys showed up and helped us recover, so we always appreciate that. Team Indiana is always there to step up. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. We make it happen.
Listen to that radio, and what you guys do behind the scenes is amazing, and congratulations to you and Goodby and your Ultra 4 staff. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, I appreciate it. It's all in good fun. I mean, you're here having fun. I'm here having fun. It's all a lot of work for you. It's a lot of work for us, but we're here for it.
Yep.
And if you do run over to Roxy at Mega Merch just behind the Power Sports store, if you spend $50 in merch, you get a raffle ticket. And tomorrow, right around 3 p.m. after the Youth Awards, right below the Badlands sign, we'll be raffling off a 10,000-pound winch. Buy $50 in merch, which you're going to do anyways, and maybe take home a worn winch.
So if you get $100, you get 2 tickets?
Yep, every $50. So, a hoodie and a shirt, I think, is right around $100. So $100 for a worn winch is pretty cheap in my books.
Yeah, I got to get one of those event shirts because my car's on the back of it.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, so Mason Dowker gets a 219. Again, he is in the Youth 1K class. We'll be intermixing the stock, the tire spine stock class, and the Youth 1K.
Well, here comes Tyler. He's ready to start flying drones already.
All right, well, Tyler, you did good. You're in second place, buddy. So this looks like Kaden Gamble. Yes, it is. The number 26 of Kaden Gamble and his dad, Kevin, out of Tiras, New Mexico with Bomb Tech Racing. Part of the Youth 1K class. And that Can-Am X3, Apex Power Sports, Ultimax Belts, Branik Motorsports, Anti-Gravity, Batteries, and Method. He's been racing with us since King of the Hammers 2023. He's got 1 first place and 11 podiums. Used to race quarter NASCAR midgets. And have you ever seen him do a Rubik's Cube?
No.
A legit Rubik's Cube that's not spray painted like mine. He can do it in under like 15, 20 seconds. Wow. It's incredible.
He's a great driver then because he can memorize that course then.
Exactly, yep. So it all comes hand to hand.
I think my son's going to be taking off next.
Another little RS1, right? He kind of stepped back, gave you a grandbaby. And
yes, he did. He's here with me. We got my wife and my grandson and Kaden, and they're all over there watching Dad.
Playing in the dirt.
They're playing in the dirt.
Big kids, little kids.
We all play in the dirt.
So actually, Tyler, I was wrong. You're still in first place. So it looks like we are going to stick to 1 car at a time for now. So out on course right now is Kaden Gamble, part of the Youth 1K class. And this coverage of Ultra 4 USA is presented by Branik Motorsports and is brought to you by our official sponsors: G-Force, Maxxis, All Things UTV, PCI Race Radios, Can-Am, Tire Spine, Pro Eagle, and by NorCal Rock Racing, just to name a few. So please support who supports the sport. We would not be doing this today all season long without all these amazing marketing partners. So if you're building a race car, a mall crawler, a tow rig, go check out these companies that support us. Looks like Jeffrey and 7FPV are tuned in. Turbulence Off-Road.
There we go, coming down the hill.
So Kaden is coming into screen right now. And our fastest time to beat right now is Tyler Clever with that 152. And we'll get a time for him. Again, go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for the timing. And Kaden and Kevin Gamble have a 2:28. So just about 9 seconds back from Mason Dowker in the Youth 1K class. And off the line next, is this yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
All right, this is Kaden Hunt, number 465, out of Plymouth, Indiana, with Hunt's Motorsports and that RS1 Polaris. With mom and dad, Branik Motorsports and Hunt's Motorsports, has been racing with us for about 4 years now, off and on, and great to see him back.
Yeah.
He finally got his allowance back, huh?
I think so. He's figuring it out.
No, it's great. I remember him being a little tot running around in the pits, and then he started racing a little bit. Now he's growing up, having a family, kids, and now making time for racing again.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I can remember him being 4 or 5 years old, and we did the back when we did the parades into town.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the race cars, and he'd be riding on the roof throwing candy, and boy, life's a full circle.
Oh, yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. And this is a great shot from our drone. Look at all the puddles. They're not deep, but they're just enough. They're annoyance. I mean, You hit those and they splash. And watching people pre-run when they'd come back, I was like, boy, howdy, it's going to be a lot of terry cloths, a lot of tear-offs.
I don't do the tear-offs. They always get water down in
between them.
Yep,
I've
drives
seen
me
that.
Nuts,
so you just have extra microfibers and just keep wiping, huh?
Yep. My pre-game is I'll drive my normal vehicles with no windshield wipers on when it rains, just to get used to a race coming up.
I love it. I get yelled at for that too. I don't hit them near enough. So this is a great shot of how tight and technical this 1 mile qualifying course is. We are doing the Youth 1K and the Tire Spine stock class right now. And then we'll keep qualifying rolling. We have just shy of 100 competitors today. Let's see what the official count is. It's 90. We had a few that couldn't make it. So here comes, who's that on course?
That'd be my son, Kaden Hunt.
You guys get a little more excited than that.
He tells me he's going to beat my qualifying time.
Oh, all right. What's the bet? He's got a mow?
He wants to race my car next.
Oh, I like that. Uh-oh. Got a little drone tumble. Down. Was that Jack or Tyler? Oh, Jack. Uh-oh. So had a little interference there. We got an extra drone we need to kind of loop in. So Kaden Hunt, second place with a 2:14. So off the line next is the number 823 of Shahan Fencler and Alex Dixon out of New Haven, Indiana, with Bumper Wilson Racing. In that Can-Am with MRT tires, G-Force, Branik Motorsports, VP Race Fuels, and RCV axles. Has started racing with us last year.
As I say, Sean's new to the team and new out there, and he's seems to be doing a really good job here lately.
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see all the new UTVs. So we were just in Moab, and the big car count was huge. The UTV count was small. Well, here the big cart's a little small, and the UTV showed up in force.
Yep.
And speaking about UTVs, if you ever want to come out racing, that's probably the easiest way to get into the sport. And right here at Attica Motorsports, they have everything. They've got all the machines. So come out here, check them out. You can test drive them. You can rent them, go run them, and then
take one home with you.
Yeah, take one home. And it doesn't take that much. A roll cage, some seat belts, some safety gear, and you can come race the stock class with us.
Yep.
Oh, and Jody Ford's tuned in. He said that's his old car. I thought I recognized it.
Probably should do a little better now since Jody's not behind the wheel.
You said it, not me.
I got to give my buddy a hard time.
Oh, yeah. Speaking about your buddy, where is he?
I don't know. He's probably with something curled up somewhere.
He said he might come out. We'll see.
I'm sure he's working. Corey Day's here, so somebody's
got
to
keep it going, huh? So that's Shahan Fencler out there coming up the ridge.
Yep. There we go. Tinley Murray is off with Rick Murray, my co-driver.
So that's the 654 of Tinley and her dad, Rick Murray, out of Plymouth, Indiana, with Hunt's Motorsports in the Youth 1K class. And that Polaris with Simpson, MRT, Magnum Wrapping, Warren Racing, and Team Indiana.
Ooh.
She's got 2 podiums with us here at Ultra 4.
What'd Sean do?
Shahan Fencler just moved into second in class with a 2:04. So your co-drivers out there getting a little pre-run for it. So
Yep.
that's never a bad thing.
I usually don't let him in with me on the qualifying course.
Okay. You want the little less weight, huh?
Sure.
Or a little more sin mode and you don't have to worry about
I
it
don't
as
have
much,
to worry
huh?
about anybody.
Yeah.
Yep. If I make a mistake, it's on me.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. Having a co-driver is amazing for navigation and all that, but in the back of your head, you know that your buddy's life is in your hands, so you probably check up a little bit in certain spots, right?
Yeah, just depends. If he gets really quiet, I kind of forget he's there sometimes, but...
Is he napping or what?
That doesn't always... So he has napped on me, yes.
You're that boring, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Or you work him too hard?
He says it just gets so repetitive. I think he relaxes enough, which is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely, if he's that comfortable. All right, doing a little behind the scenes. We got Benji out on course trying to do a little tech work. He's got a camera for us. So we should have another couple camera feeds. And then for race day, I'm going to actually move my whole studio down to the quarry, get set up. We'll still have a camera here. Benji will have a camera out in the field where you guys are doing 100 and something. Then the little splash pass. Tyler go out there.
Is that the lake we drive through back there?
Yeah. Yep. So we'll have a camera back there. On the rock face, we'll have one. And then there in the quarter, we'll have a couple as well.
You want to sit down and talk here?
So we got Kaden Gamble back here. Oh, sorry,
Kaden
Kaden Hunt. One of the Kadens.
One of the Kadens.
You try to bring him in there. He politely said no thank you. He wanted to go see his kid.
Yeah, he's going to get his buddy.
All right, we got another one taking off the line next. That is the number 9513 of Jet Full Throttle Chambers with his dad, Jared. Number 9513 out of Corydon, Iowa with Jet Full Throttle Racing. Part of the Tire Spine stock class in that Polaris with CW Motorsports, Tire Spine, Maxxis, All Balls Racing, PRP, and UTV Toys.
There we go.
And then we'll get a time for Tinley Murray. That puts her third in class with a 250. Got some Team Indiana fans in the house for sure.
I think that's a mother yelling. Maybe a grandma, too.
That's a fan.
All right. Well, Miles, I'm going to go check
right.
some cars out here and get back with you. And I'm
Sounds
sure
good.
I'll talk to you again.
Always good seeing you, Chad. Thanks for everything, buddy. And the entire Team Indiana, always here. All right. So out on course is Jet Chambers. And I believe we might get a onboard camera with him later on today. Sounds like we got Benji's camera teched out on course, so we'll have another view. Not exactly sure where he is. We'll find out shortly. So if you're anywhere in the Indianapolis area, come on out, Attica, Indiana, for the 2026 Branik Brawl here at Badlands Off-Road Park. It's $25 a day, $40 for the weekend. Kids 12 and under are free, so come on out. And it is open riding right now, except for in the qualifier. And then we do close the entire park at 3 today and 4 tomorrow. So you can come out here and check out the course they're racing on. But then the park is closed to public, and then we go racing in the afternoon through the evening. So we should get a time for Jet Chambers, and we do. Looks like second in class with a 2-minute flat. And off the line next is the 5.50 of Reese Cooper and her buddy Tyler Nelk. At number 5.50 out of Cartersville, Georgia, with Turned Up Racing. In the Youth 1K class in that Can-Am Mavar, CA Technologies, Carter's Off-Road, G-Force, Wayland Speed, and Chad's ATV Repair. She's been racing with us since Crandon 2025 and already has a couple podiums. So we'll see what kind of time Reese Cooper has. How many do we have in this class? I got it wrote down. The Youth 1K, we have 3 competitors. And the Tire Spine Stock class, we have 19. So we have a completely stacked field with 90 competitors in all today. You do not have to qualify. You can you can take a rear start if you want. In the races later on today and tomorrow, it is on adjusted time. If you have car issues, like my buddy Adam had to order overnight a starter, so he was hopefully getting it. I saw him over here this morning, so apparently he's still waiting on parts, but he'll be getting that back in action. And obviously, if you have car issues, all you have to do is tell race ops, and we'll still allow you to qualify even later on today outside your time block. But hopping in the Big B studio right now is Kaden Gamble. How we doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, Miles?
Get that microphone a little closer, buddy. Oh, I'm doing great. We're having fun. We're racing. Looks like taking off the line there is the number 611 of Lucas Palvak out of Illinois with Luca Racing, and that Polaris with ACC Construction making his Ultra 4 USA debut. So it looks like, Kaden, you are in 4th in class right now, so that's pretty good because you're racing with the big dogs.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you said earlier, there was 3, but there's actually 5 for Youth 1000.
Oh, you know what? We have you in the stock class.
Ah.
Nope, I'm wrong. I saw a wrong number. I'm incorrect. Kaden Gamble, you're 3rd in class, 7th overall. So sorry about that. Had a glare on my screen, but I got it now. So I'm just going off what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had a pretty good run. What do you think of the course?
Wet.
Yeah,
very,
you
wet.
feel like it. And dirty and sandy.
Yeah. The only part of me that's dry is my feet and my head.
Well, you're wearing a helmet and some really good boots.
Yeah.
So what do you think that's going to play the toll when you start racing?
It's going to be interesting because there's definitely some water holes that are really deep, which I actually wasn't planning on wearing these boots, but after I saw the water holes yesterday, I decided, you know what? I'm going to wear these because I want my feet to be dry for the whole race and not have them be soaking wet on the first lap.
Yeah, I get that for sure. And then your vision, I think, could be an issue too. So are you doing tear-offs? You doing microfiber towels, or what's your plan there?
We're doing all of the above.
All of it. I like it.
I used, I think, 2 or 3 in qualifying, and after every one, I took a swipe of the rag because the only thing I don't like about tear-offs is they get in between. Water gets in between.
Just talking to Chad about that. They are amazing for mud, but it was more liquid. They kind of get between them, and then now you have 10 layers you can't see through.
Yeah.
All right. So taking off the line right now is the number 410 of Reed in a Hurry Mahham. And Gavin Smith, number 410 out of South Point, Ohio, with AR Racing. And that Polaris with Power Sports Nation, Top Notch Lawn and Home Care, Big Boy Tire and Detail. And it's Reed's birthday today, so you can't think of something else better to do. So happy birthday, Reed. Oh, and here's Benji's camera out there, so we should have a pretty good view of them coming. So if I'm not mistaken, he's at the end of that first run where you're going to take a left right in front of his camera, I believe. There's a good high and wide of the race line start finish right at the top of your screen. We're staging some more cars. And qualifying is rocking and rolling. This is round number 2 for Ultra 4 USA, but it's our first race in the Central Series. Next up is our third race for the season, our first in the Eastern Series at Roush Creek, Pennsylvania. That's April 29th through May 3rd, so that's only in a couple weeks. We've been busy. You were just in Moab. We just saw you there, buddy. And you took a pretty good tumble there, so it looks like you got the car back in action.
We had spare upper A-arms, but because they didn't have sway bar mount, we couldn't. We didn't want to use them, so we didn't bring them. And
you should have.
Yeah. And then the other day, we actually just found out. I guess we were having difficulties putting the sway bar on the donor A-arm, and we found out the reason why. The sway bar was broken in half.
Well, that tends to do things.
So 3 races in a row, we're going to be running no front sway bar.
That's pretty wild. All right, off the line next is the number 64 of Kurt the Rocket Mackey, but he does have a fill-in driver of his nephew, Tyler Rimry, and Carter Gonzalez, number 64 out of Omaha, Nebraska, with Mackey Racing. And that Can-Am Mavar with Raceline Wheels, CT Raceworks, and MRT. And you can have 1 substitute racer per season, unless it's a medical issue. So Kurt Mackey did send us an email prior to racing, and is in there doing it right now. Looks like Turbulence is tuned in. Ian Dicki, Brazen, Chris, and Matt Garofalo. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So out on course is Tyler Rimry driving for Kurt Mackey. And if you're back at home and wondering how the timing is going, go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com. And then later on today, we're not using it yet, but we will use racing tracks during the race. So what's the next race you're coming to us besides this afternoon?
Roush Creek.
Oh, you're back to back with us, huh?
It's gonna be.
How do you balance school and racing?
Thankfully, of all things, I would rather be here than at school.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You get a lot of homework ahead of time and get it done?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, this is definitely the best way to be out of school.
Oh, I love it. Off the line next, qualifying on this 1 mile course is the 11:33 of Eric Gilbert and Joe Fabrizio out of Mulvane, Kansas, with Gilbert Racing. And that Can-Am Mavar, OBOR tires, Raceline Wheels, JW Performance, CT Raceworks, and Artistic Builders. Been racing with us a couple years now, has 1 win and 3 podiums with Ultra 4. And it is absolutely beautiful. The first couple days it was nice, then it rained off and on. This morning, picture perfect. Tonight they're calling for storms. We'll see how that shakes out.
Man, that's going to be rough for the people that are racing tomorrow.
Well,
So
it could be beautiful. You never know.
Yeah.
But
looks like 2 races in a row, the youth class is going to skip out on the rain.
yeah, hey, you're doing all right, buddy. But yeah, today is picture perfect. It's crazy to have mud and dust.
Yeah, that's definitely going to play a factor.
Get your visor all nice and wet, and then glue it with some nice dirt. We need to give a huge shout out to Kyle Noss, Larry Turnquist, and the entire Badlands staff. Rob and their crew has done an amazing job. They just keep checking in with us. Hey, what do you guys need? We could use these blocks over there. Done. We need the timing loop buried. Done. There's some spider trails. I mean, they just went above and beyond to make this race happen for us. And, Kyle Noss, the owner of Badlands Off-Road Park, is an Ultra 4 fan. So he loves having us. We love coming here. It's a great partnership. And one of my favorite tracks for sure. And the amenities here. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. They've got 32 cabins. They've got 200 full hookup campsites, unlimited dry camping almost. It's just an extremely family-friendly place. And then they got the power sports store. If you forget something, go buy it.
Yeah.
My buddy Adam had to overnight a starter. It'll be here this morning.
Wow.
All right. right, so Justin Barth, number 417, with Paul Geisenhagen riding shotgun out of Springfield, Missouri, with Barth Racing. And that Can-Am Mavar, MRT, ZRP, G-Force Racing, CT Raceworks, and Warren Racing. Let's see if we have a – we do. We have a little shake-up in the lead. Tyler Rimry driving for Kurt Mackey is our new pole setter with a 151, just 1 second faster than Tyler Clever, our drone pilot. So I was guessing that 130 mark. I'm not sure if that's going to get beat, but I know Chad guessed 1 minute. That ain't happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think as the day goes on, all the mud out there on the qualifying course is definitely going to dry up. Especially when we ran, the first hole we ran into, a bunch of water just sprayed up over the front, and then it looked like it basically just stopped in the air, and we ran through it. So
how cool is it out there racing with your dad, making memories? I mean, I can't think of something more fun to do with your dad.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I wouldn't ask for any better co-driver than him.
Just kind of getting caught up, making sure everything's going right. Looks like John Arnold's tuned in. Sounds like the audio could be choppy. I'll relay that on. Thank you, buddy. All right, off the line. Who was it? I missed it. Oh, that was the 728 of Carol Makalov. She is in the open class, I believe. Gotta flip my page here. Out of Franklin Park, Illinois, with Carol Racing and that Polaris Pro R with MK Copper Corp. Been racing with us here at Badlands for a couple years now. So we'll see what Carol can do. Well, Kaden, always a pleasure seeing you, buddy. Good luck.
Thank
I
you.
love seeing you step from the 170s to the Youth 1K, and eventually you'll get in that stock class, right?
Maybe. I mean, I only got, 2 more years?
Yep, I love it. So you've been racing with us for a long time, you and your mom and dad, always big smiles, always willing to help, and we love having you part of the Ultra 4 family. All right, buddy. Well, have fun. Good luck at your race later. All right, buddy?
You.
All right, Kaden Gamble. So we have Carol out on course, and then it looks like I'm going to guess that's Jeremy Blackburn next. 728. Got a lot of chatter over the PCI race radio, keeping everything in line and running smooth. This coverage of Ultra 4 USA is presented by Branik Motorsports and is brought to you by our official sponsors. Rock Crawler Suspension, Spider Tracks, Metal Cloak, Factor 55, and by Branik Motorsports, just to name a few. And it is off the line next, the number 40 of Jeremy Blackburn out of Pikeville, Kentucky with On the Gas and the Tire Spine Stock class and that Polaris RS1 with 90 horsepower. Jesus Christ, HMF, Power Sports Nation, CA Technologies, and Demon Axles. He's got 6 first place and 11 podiums with us here at Ultra 4. And there's so many times going through there. Again, go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com, but I'll run through the top few. It is Kurt Mackey, Tyler Clever, Eric Gilbert, Jet Chambers, Reed Murnahan, Sean Fencler, Kaden Hunt, Carol Makalov, Mason Dowker, first in the Youth 1K. Second in the Youth 1K is Reese Cooper. We've got a great going so far. Fastest time is Tyler Rimry driving for Kurt Mackey with that 151. I was guessing that 130 mark. I'm not sure if we're going to get there. These UTVs are so light, nimble, and quick that a big car might be a little bit faster, but I don't think they can shave 20 seconds. We'll see. And if you're just joining in, this is the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. And we are live from the Big B studio presented by Take It Live. This is qualifying. It is a 1 mile course, and everybody does have the option to run, but you do not have to. This afternoon and tomorrow's racing is on adjusted time, so you can choose to take a rear start, or if you're waiting on parts. So taking off the line next is the 1227 of Randy Shahan and Garrett Paver out of Wiley, Texas with Regular Guy Racing. In his Polaris with Power Sports Nation, rugged radios, Raceline wheels, ORB off-road suspension, and Certified American US. Started racing with us last year at Crossbar. So everything is going pretty good so far. Badlands Off-Road Park is open 7 days, all year day. Badlands Off-Road Park is open 7 days a week, all year long. They've got 1,400 acres. It's got everything. Like I said, we've got sand dunes, we've got mud, we've got tight trees, we've got rock obstacles. This place is absolutely amazing. We're only about an hour and a half from Indianapolis. Population here is 3,000 people. Elevation's 545 feet. They've got 32 houses and cabins you can rent, 200 full hookup campsites, and unlimited dry camping. And it is fun for the entire family. So we're waiting on Randy Shahan to come through. And want to give a big shout out to Branik Motorsports for putting on this race with us. Stan and Brandon are here on site, their daughter Nicole. And the entire team Indiana always comes together and makes it happen. And I'm sure Maryland's tuned in back home. And it looks like off this line next is the number 304 of Gavin Smith. So I think we switched to Pro Mod. So the G-Force Pro Modified class, Gavin Smith out of Prichard, West Virginia with G. Smitty Racing and that Can-Am X3 with 225 horsepower. Lynchworks, CT Raceworks, Leonard's Electric, Green Thumb, and Jesus Christ. Been racing with us for 3 years and has a couple podiums. See if we have any mix-up. Looks like, Jeremy Blackburn just moved into third place in the tire spine stock class. So Gavin Smith is actually racing Pro Mod and Open, so both of his timers tick, so that's what confused me for a little bit because I assume we are moving into Open class here shortly. Gotta shuffle some papers here real quick. That sounds like one of the Kawasaki's, and it is. It's the number 952 of Liam Dicki out of Norfolk, Nebraska with Power Sports Nation Racing. And that Kawasaki with a Craftworks Supercharger. Power Sports Nation, WPS, PPEI, Brute Performance, and Mom and Dad. Been racing with us for about 4 years at Ultra 4. Population here is 3,000 people. Elevation's 545 feet. They've got 32 houses and cabins you can And what a great drone shots we have. Thanks to Tyler and Jack for flying around, chasing these cars. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park just outside of Attica, Indiana. We are qualifying for this afternoon and tomorrow's races. This is a 1 mile qualifying course. We are chasing down Liam Dicki right now with Power Sports Nation. And the fastest time of the day right now is Kurt Mackey, driven by Tyler Rimry, with a 1:51 time to beat, sitting in that pole position. And we have another one taking off. So I think we have, heard somebody getting excited. So that just taking off now is Danny Falcon, number 300 out of Omaha, Nebraska, with Got Your Six Racing. And that Kawasaki KRX with a Craftworks Supercharger. Union Graphics, Power Sports Nation, Area 15 Designs, Cornell Customs, and Super ATV, making his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut. Looks like Gavin Smith moved into first in class, third overall. This is the All Things UTV Open class. I need to thank all the volunteers, the Ultra 4 USA staff with John Goodby at the helm. We've got Jeremy, RDP, Roxy and Robert, Trotter, Abe, Mike, Pam, Benji. Thanks for everybody for helping out. Also, all the volunteers, media, safety, USAC, racers, fans, and all of our marketing partners. As we're chasing through the woods right now, coming up towards us, coming over the ridge. And taking off next is the number 1510 of Quinton Arnold. I think he is in the Youth 1K, jumping around a little bit on us. So Quinton Arnold and Colin Schmidt, number 1510 out of Waterloo, Illinois, with Quinton Arnold Racing, part of the Youth 1K class in that Can-Am, with off-road armor, MRT tires, CA Technology, CW Motorsports, and JB Scale Graphics. His first race was last year at Bowling Green, and he won his first race he entered. This coverage of Ultra 4 USA is presented by Branik Motorsports and is brought to you by our official sponsors: Monster Energy, Freight Factory, Raceline Wheels, King Shocks, Warren Racing, Holly Off-Road, Off the Grid, and by Big B Motorsports. So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing partners, we would not be racing here today. Looks like Brazen's tuned in. Ian Dicki from the pits. Kevin P. and Mountain Valley Homes. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in back home. We got a pretty good crowd tuned in for qualifying. Then we will take a little bit of an extended lunch break because this park is open during the day except for our qualifying spot. And then this afternoon at 3:30 will be the Tire Spine Stock Class intermixed with the Youth 1K. And then around 5:30, we have the 4500 and the 4600 Spider Track Stock Class. And then tonight, 7:30 sharp, will be the 4900 All Things UTV Open class. We have a lot of racing this afternoon, but qualifying is far from over. This is a 1 mile qualifying course. We are chasing down Loen Dicki right now. So that is going to be the number 78 of Max Loden and Ethan Leal out of Indiana with Maxed Out Garage. Part of the Tire Spine stock class, and that Polaris with Maxxis, Tux, and Fox. And this is his first race with us here at Ultra 4 USA. So welcome to the club, Max. We'll see what kind of time you can throw down. Looks like Quinton Arnold just threw down a 237. See if we have any mix-up up top. Not recently. We have Kurt Mackey, Tyler Clever, Gavin Smith, Jeremy Blackburn, Eric Gilbert, Jet Chambers, Reed Murnaghan, Sean Fencler, Danny Falcon, Kaden Hunt, top 10. And that is intermixed. We can break it down later if you need to. But go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for the same timing I have right here in the Big B studio. The sun is out. It is absolutely beautiful today. It's already 62 degrees, and it's going to be sniffing 80 later on today, so come on out. $25 a day, $40 for the weekend. It gets you in the park and watching some amazing Ultra 4 USA racing. Lots of chatter on the PCI Race Radio, making sure everything's running smooth, and so far, so good. We'll run through the entire season schedule. We just left Moab. Now we're here in Badlands. Up next, Roush Creek Rumble, April 29th through May 3rd. Then we go up to the Big Sky 200 in Broadview, Montana, June 17th through the 21st. Then back to the Clash at the Crossbar, July 8th through the 12th. Then we go back to Sturgis, South Dakota during Bike Week, August 8th through the 12th. And then we'll go up to Crandon at the Big House over Labor Day weekend. And then back to the Beach Bend Melee in Bowling Green, Kentucky, September 9th through the 13th. Then the NorCal Stampede, September 16th through the 20th. And then new, super exciting, the Nationals. That'll be October 14th through the 18th. And I'm hearing some really good things about Leatherwood, Kentucky. So we'll see how that plays out. And off the line next was Jason Washburn, number 98. Out of Bell Buckle, Tennessee, with Wide Open Life Racing, and that Wide Open Designs chassis Polaris Turbora with over 200 horsepower. RCV, OBR tires, Warren Racing, and Radflow. Started racing with us last year at KOH, where he debuted this car. Had a little bit of new car blues. It was absolutely beautiful, but I can't remember if it was electrical or injectors or something, but fought that. But then he's been racing all last season and back again. He is part of Adam Woodley's team. They're at Wide Open Design. He's one of their fabricators, and I've known Woodley for a long time. He builds an absolutely beautiful machine. We'll see Kevin Porterfield in the 4400 class in that Wide Open car later on today in qualifying. Everything's going so far on our end, I believe. Thank you again for tuning in. Stephen Lindsay's checking it out. But most importantly for qualifying, ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com. You can break it down by class if you want to, but for qualifying, I like to leave it completely open so I can see everybody's time. Up next is the number 319 of Greg Hayes out of West Branch, Iowa, with PSN Racing, with that Polaris Pro R with over 200 horsepower. EMS Detergent Services, Power Sports Nation, CT Raceworks, Double E Racing, and Friends and Family. So we are qualifying, and we are going to qualify all the UTVs first, and then we'll do the 4,500 and 4,600 class. And then move into the 48 and 4,400 classes. So lots of great qualifying action yet to come. So that is Greg Hayes on screen. Let's go over some results from last year. In the stock class, it was Jeremy Blackburn, Reed Murnahan, and Nate Richardson. They are all here racing. Nate Richardson actually moved from a stock car up to the open class. Well, we got another car off the line. That's the 1571. He is in the stock class, it looks like. So that is Scotty Burton with Lindsey Burton riding shotgun out of Newton, Illinois with Burton Boys Racing, part of the Tire Spine stock class, and that Polaris with Burton Drywall and CW Motorsports. He's been racing with us for about 3 years now. Get back to some results from last year. UTV Open class, it was Paul Wolf, Nick Anderson, Cody Willenborg, all racing. In the Pro Modified class, it was Nick Anderson, Tim Abner, and Rusty Bray. Rusty Bray has been dabbling. He used to race with us quite a bit, but he's getting back into it some. In the Youth 1000, it was Jet Chambers, Peyton Dunford, who was hoping to race but had some issues back home, couldn't make it, and Hunter Biddle. I don't believe I've seen Hunter this race yet. In the 4,600 stock class, it was John Hall not racing. John Lachey here racing. Corey Day, who got third, looking for that top box. In the 4,500, it was Cody St. Clair, Bob Humanchek, and Austin Pyatt, 1, 2, 3. In the 4,800, it was Sean Reisky, but he's moved up in a 4,800 car to 4,400 this year. Love to see that. Then it was Brian Tripp, who's not here. Looked like he was acting like he was at work, but he was watching the race. And Scott Farley. In 4,400, it was Paul Wolf, Chris Brandon, and Chip McLaughlin. Chip couldn't make it this race, so we'll see. Average speed last year for UTV was 30 miles an hour. Well, for 4,400 as well. So about 30 miles an hour was the average speed on the course last year. It's very similar, except backwards. And we changed about 30% of the course trying to avoid some of the water issues we had last year, and I think they got it figured out. There's a couple of our camera angles. And off the line, I just missed them, but it was the 269 of Ryan Scassia and Jared Huffman riding shotgun out of Michigan with Scassia Racing. And that Polaris Pro R, part of the All Things UTV Open class with over 250 horsepower, Maxxis tires, Method race wheels, and Fox. And this is his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut, so we'll see what Ryan can do. And it's kind of a debate right now. Pro Modified used to be our premier class, but Open has really came out strong. So it's up for debate. I think Open really may start taking the premier class with Ultra 4. Car counts are proving that. This is the Branik Brawl here at Badlands Off-Road Park. We are qualifying on a 1-mile course to get everything set up for this afternoon and tomorrow's racing. It will be on adjusted time, so qualifying is important, but you can take a rear start and still win this race because your time starts when you take the green flag. So off the line next is the 5151 of Brandon Dre and Jay Wayman out of Missouri with Imawa Racing. In his Polaris Pro R with over 200 horsepower, the Motorsports Factory, Genius Graphics, Rugged, Impulsive Fabworks, and Bikeman Performance, making his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut as well. I think we had over 15 new racers this year. I absolutely love it. And speaking about making his Ultra 4 rookie debut, Ryan Scassia in the open class. First time with us, first in class, third overall for now. So Ryan just threw down a heater. But it's still Tyler Rimry driving for Kurt Mackey with a 1:51 time to beat. So Brandon Dre is out on course as we speak, and it looks like Clay Walstead is up next. And then later on this evening, we will be giving out some of those Creative House trophies. So thanks to those guys for providing the trophies for all of our racers. And speaking about Creative House trophies, if you were in Moab and you got a trophy, go over see Roxy. She's got them in her trailer. And what we don't give away here, I'll take home with me. We'll get them shipped out next week. And speaking about Roxy, remember, spend $50 in merch, get a raffle ticket to win a Warren winch, a 10K Zion Warren winch. So thanks to Warren for always taking care of us and obviously our race fans. So there goes the 315 of Clay Walstead. Sorry, had to flip pages. He's in the stock class. So Clay Walstead out of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin with Area 15 Design Racing. He's in that Kawasaki with Area 15 Designs, Razor's Edge Designs, and Power Sports Nation. Been racing with us for 3 years and has a podium up there at the Big House in Crandon. Excited to go back. Jeremy and Goodby went and had a meeting with the Flannerys and Marty Fioca on Monday, I believe, and getting everything set up. It's kind of a fun run race up in Crandon this year. Is not for points, but Crandon's going to throw up some money. We're going to throw up some money, and it's just kind of a bucket list race. Go check it off. Come up there, have some fun. And racing in Crandon is absolutely amazing because they have the parade. You get to watch all the short course racing, and then Ultra 4 has really turned into a crowd favorite out back in Ultra 4 Crandon land. So if you've never been to Crandon, you never raced Crandon, make sure you put that on the list. It's going to be a great showing. I get to do a lot of great things in the off-road world, and one of my favorites is watching the Pro 4s dance out on that big course. So Tyler's still running around in his fire suit, getting ready to take back off in the drone. Again, huge shout out for him for stepping up, racing and flying a drone for us. And then we got Jack Hollingsworth back once again. And that looked like Carson Atkins. Yes, it is. Definitely watch this one. I expected it to be in the top 5. So this is Carson Atkins with Todd Beckett, number 722 out of Seymour, Tennessee with Dave On Racing. In that Polaris Pro R, SMC Concrete, and K&N Filters. He's been racing with us for about 7 years, and I expect to see very good things out of him. He raced a Yamaha for a very long time, was extremely competitive, but then stepped back, waiting to get a new car. He's got that new Polaris Pro R. So Carson Atkins, watch this guy. It is going to be a quick one. Great aerial view watching this 1 mile qualifying course. And I'm going to wait and see. And yes, we do. We have a new fastest time of the day, and that is none other than Carson Atkins with a 1:47, 4 seconds faster than Tyler Rimry's run. I knew that was going to be a heater. And off the line next, Dan Smallwood, Mr. One Leg Dan out of Grand Rapids, Michigan with Limitless Off-Road in the tire spine stock class, and his Polaris with Third Coast Off-Road. Preferred Drywall, MRT, Brunton's Last Resort. He raced with us last year at Badlands, and he is back with Limitless Off-Road. So we'll see what kind of time Dan Smallwood can throw out there for us. And if you're just joining us, this is the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. Live from the Big B studio, presented by Take It Live. So Dan Smallwood out on course, but we just saw a heater from Carson Atkins in that Pro R. I know he's been hanging out with the Greaves a little bit lately, and man, what a great qualifying run he had. I guessed a 130. Carson Atkins just threw it down a 147. We'll see if that sticks. That's going to be a very hard time to beat. And in the tire spine stock class, it is Will Vargo, number 689, with Tom Busby riding shotgun out of Fowlerville, Michigan, with Roller King. And that Polaris with MRT, Diamondback Builders, E-Power Steering, Mid-Michigan Metalworks, making his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut. Oh, Dicki, you weren't able to come out here. I saw most of your guys, but thanks for tuning in. Yeah, and Cameron's actually in that brand new H2 Kawasaki. Excited to see how that shakes out. Looks like David Schroeder. And he's giving Corey Day a little grief about making sure he has his key for his Cherokee, but you're actually wrong. That's Brant Irwin who lost his key last year, but don't worry. He's got her zip tied in this year. He's not worried. So Will Vargo, number 689, out on course. And it looks like we're getting ready to ship off another one. Everything seems to be running pretty smooth so far. Thank you, everybody here on site and back at home. Watching qualifying this morning. Then we'll take an extended lunch break. We'll move the Big B studio down to the quarry and go live racing at 3:30. Up next is Chazburger and Matt Wright out of Cleveland, Tennessee with Cheeseburger Racing. Part of the All Things UTV class with this Polaris with CB Fabworks, Steel X Industries. He raced with us at Moab just a couple weeks ago, and this is his second race with Ultra 4. And I'll call for UTVs. If you're planning on qualifying, get lined up and get ready to rip, or come find one of us at Race Ops and give us your situation. We will run you at the end if you're actively working on your car, but please come contact us at Race Ops. Otherwise, all call for UTVs. Up next, 4,500 and 4,600 Spider Track stock class. So again, all call for UTVs. Come on up to the staging. We are qualifying all UTVs. So out on screen is Chaz Berger, and Jeremy had to correct me. He's right. Chaz came to Moab hoping to race, but was unable to make it. So this is his first race. I missed the car number, waiting on my timing to update. I missed who took off, and I don't see them on time. There it goes. That's the number 808 of Cam Smith, making his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut. Out of Terre Haute, Indiana, with Smith Boys Racing in his Can-Am X3 with over 200 horsepower. Power Sports Nation, Tire Spine, Podium 1, VP, and Smith Well Drilling. So Cam Smith has been racing a little bit of woods race, but is trying his own here at Ultra 4, throwing a little bit of rocks and everything else we can find. And he moved from open to stock this morning, so that's why I had a little mix-up on my end. Sorry, but we got him updated in the computer, and Cam Smith is out there and running. Lots of chatter over the PCI race radio because remember, this park is open, so we have the qualifying course locked down. And they just keep chatting, say everything's looking good on this end, and we've got a clean and safe qualifying run. Before we go racing this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We are about 10 miles inside the Eastern Time Zone. And off the line next, watch this one, the number 1018 of Paul Wolf out of Alton, Illinois with Wolf Racing and that Can-Am Mavar. Badlands Off-Road Park, CA Technology, ADS, VP, Nitto, and Raceline. Our winningest racer in Ultra 4 history with 32 first-place wins and 49 podiums. And I'll promise you one thing, those numbers are going to change this weekend. He is racing 3 classes, and he is possible podium in each one. This guy is probably the rock star of Ultra 4, so keep an eye on Paul Wolf. This is going to be a heater. So as we watch Paul Wolf from the high and wide drone, we're going to start staging the 4,500 modified class and 4,600 Spider Track stock class. Go ahead and start staging. Your qualifying run is up next. So the time to be right now is Carson Atkins with that 147. Can Paul Wolf bump him off the pole? He could, but that's an excellent, excellent time. Right now it's Carson Atkins, Kurt Mackey, Tyler Clever, Ryan Scassia, and Gavin Smith. And then was that Cody Willenborg, it looked like? That was the Cody Willenborg, the number 529 with Randy Dassenbach riding shotgun out of Effingham, Illinois with CW Motorsports. And that Polaris Pro R with 235 horsepower. AMS Wheels and Tires, All Balls Racing Group, CW Motorsports, CA Technology, and Tire Spine. Been racing with us since King of the Hammers 2022, and he's got 7 podiums along the way. Let's see what kind of time we have for Paul Wolf. And we do have a new pole setter. Paul Wolf with a 1:43. So let's see, 3.5 seconds faster than Carson Atkins. Paul Wolf does need to qualify that same car again for Pro Modified before we see him in his 4,400 car. So we're sneaking on that 130 mark I guessed earlier. I don't think we'll be sub 130. We'll see. Again, if you're just tuning in, we are qualifying for the Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. This is a 1 mile qualifier. You can see how wet it's getting out there. Those mud holes are getting spread out a little bit.
In 10 seconds.
So Cody's blasting the mud, trying to keep that thing with forward momentum. We are about a third of the way through qualifying, so we're right on par. And off the line next is the number 9,500 of Clint Garrison and his wife, Savannah, out of Columbia, Kentucky, with Garrison Racing. Part of the All Things UTV Open class in that Can-Am with Wizzo Suspension and Fabrication. And this is his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut. He does co-drive for Brandon Davis every once in a while, so we'll see Brandon later on in UTV and 4,400. So Clint stepped from co-driver to driver here. Love to see everybody having some fun. So Cody Willenborg just moved 4th overall, 3rd in class. So our top 5 are Paul Wolf, Carson Atkins, Kurt Mackey, Cody Willenborg, and Tyler Clever, who took off 1st. So Tyler running the drone over there. Our first competitor is still top 5 and 2nd in class. But it doesn't hurt living 15 miles away from the park and coming here all the time. I was hoping to get a little laugh from him, but he's dialed in watching the drone. You can see them kind of dive left there, and then it's getting really sloppy, so it gets a little slideways there, but keeps her under control. And the terrain here is very interesting. It does have some clay. It's got some sand. It's a very slimy muck when it gets nasty. And then it'll come up this ridge and come over and come on down. So we'll see what kind of time we can get for Clint Garrison. So off the line next is a 785 of Tony Polari Sr. and Shane Dunham out of Quincy, Kentucky with Bad Batch Racing. Part of the G-Force Pro Modified class with that with that CA Technology Can-Am Mavar, OBR tires, Bullet wheels, 1806 Adventures, CA Technologies, and BP Pipeline. Been racing with us here at Badlands for a couple years. We'll see Tony Polari Jr. running as well sometime. And if you're just getting here, make sure you go over there and check out Roxy. She's selling all the things just to the side of the Power Sports store with mega merch. And every $50 you spend in merchandise gets you a raffle ticket to win a 10,000-pound Zion Worn winch. We'll be giving that away tomorrow afternoon, right around 3 p.m., right here at the Badlands Off-Road Park main sign, just after the Youth 170 Awards. So Clint Garrison just threw down a 152, 4th in class and 5th overall. And there goes Tim Abner, number 523, with Joe Riding Shotgun out of Hobart, Indiana, with UTV Outlaws. And that Polaris with Dayco Power, Fuel Fab Shop, RBC Bearing, and Heim, Angel Performance, and Lucky Whips. Sounds like we might have a rollover out on course. I'm going to guess it's either, well, there's only 2 cars, so it's either Tony Polari Sr. or Tim Abner. Okay, so it is going to be Tony Polari Sr. I'm listening on the PCI Race Radio. It is just before the finish line, just in the woods. So red flag is out. So Tim Abner will more than likely get a rerun because we're going to stop him because Tony Polari is upside down in course. So tough luck for him. That is our first rollover of the day, so we're still doing pretty good. Good to see Tony Polari Sr. back, but hate to see him back upside down. So it sounds like they are off course, but we are going to stop Tim Abner, give him a rerun. So he got a little pre-running at race pace. He gets the, I don't know, that's a good luck and bad luck card. But who got the worst luck is Tony Polari Sr. So Dan Smallwood out on course, but we just saw a heater from Carson Atkins in that Pro R. I know he's been hanging out with the Grease a little bit lately. And, man, what a great qualifying run he had. Well, while we wait for recovery, get him turned back on his side. He will take a rear start. So Tony Polari Jr., tough luck for him. Tim Abner will get a rerun. So while we get him, the course cleared, we're going to step away from the action. And more qualifying yet to come.
Over 25 years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
We don't take these lightly. They're not practiced or anything like that. We're here to try to win. And, you know, we're getting bigger car counts. It's a new track. It's a cool venue, and it's a different change of scenery.
That's what opened for it. But then with the three flag rounds, it's all out battle. Mad Magnus Thunderdome.
It's gonna be tough. Competition is the best of the best.
For me, it's just a place to go release some anger and have some fun with my kids, and it's like fist fighting in a goddamn race car. Sport racing to me is a way to get out with friends. Where we spend time together, it's where you get your blood pumping.
I'm excited. I have a lot of confidence on where Oracle 4 is going to be.
Ultra is awesome. It's so much fun to do with wheel to wheel with the guy next to you, especially in short course. And what an opportunity to be able to race side by side with pro level drivers, drivers that have won KLH previously, OG drivers that have been in this for 10 plus years.
PCI Race Radio is the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
Tested and proven in some of the world's most rugged environments, the all-new Warn Xeon XD and XP line of vehicle recovery winches have arrived, redesigned from the ground up. Warn Xeon XD and XP represent the ultimate in performance and durability on the market today. You'll have the confidence to go farther, and most of all, go prepared.
We've chased checkered flags through dust, rocks, mud, and worse. We've crowned champions, racked up wins in places where tires go to die. And we're still just getting started. From hammering at hammers to Baja bangers. If it's brutal, beautiful, or just plain ridiculous, we're there. So whether you're bombing through the desert or just dodging potholes in rush hour, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires, built for whatever you're chasing.
Welcome back to the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. I am Miles Hasquist, and this is qualifying on a 1-mile course. And Tony Polari just tumbled a little bit, so I believe it's going to be Tim Abner with a rerun, the number 523, out of Hobart, Indiana, with UTV Outlaws and that Polaris with Dayco Power Fuel Lab, Dayco Power Fuel Fab Shop, RBC Bearing, Angle Performance, and Lucky Whips. Been racing with us here at Ultra 4 for a couple years. We should be seeing him come into screen on that camera here in just a moment. We're going to have multiple cameras out on course. We have Jonathan Dawes just hit me up. He's going to go out to the sand dunes during the race. We'll have Benji out in the field, the high-speed section. We'll have a camera in the quarry where I will be. The waterfall about mid-course, 2 drones. It's going to be action all afternoon and all afternoon tomorrow. We do have the Youth 170 race tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Supposed to be right here in the arena, but it looks a little muddy. And with the weather moving in, we'll get that sorted out. I wasn't involved in that conversation yet, but looking at the mud down there makes me a little bit nervous for our young tykes. So Tim Abner is out on course. Tony Polari Sr. took a tumble. He will take a rear start. But they bring multiple cars, multiple parts. They'll get that car sorted and back ready for racing. Tonight, this afternoon at 3:30 will be the tire spine stock class. Around 5:30 will be the 4500 and the 4600 Spider Track stock class. And then around 7:30 will be the all things UTV open class. Off the line next is the 256 of Brandon Davis out of Huntsville, Alabama with Davis Racing. And that Miller Brothers built Can-Am X3 with Raceline wheels, Mickey Thompson tires, gear grabbers, and Freedom lifts. He's been racing with us for a couple years and has a couple podiums. We'll also see him in his UFO in the 4400 class later on today as well. I got on my notes Cheryl is riding shotgun, but I thought I saw her in the crowd. So you riding for the race? Okay, she's sitting out qualifying, but she'll be riding shotgun during the race. Talking about relationship building 101, getting a race car. Love it. She's nervously smiling, I think. But they do a lot of rock bouncing. They're new to the Ultra 4 a couple years ago, but seeing him rock bounce the UFO and come race it here is absolutely amazing. Love seeing those cars work. Joe Thompson builds one heck of a machine. But out here in the mud and the trees, those Miller cars are going to be tough to beat, I think. And there is Brandon Davis working his way through the wash and making a little bit of a splash. Again, it can be completely dry here, and there's always water holes. So he'll be coming up the ridge here in just a moment. Sounds like another Kawasaki, and it is the number 69 of Cameron Dicki out of Norfolk, Nebraska with Power Sports Nation Racing. And that brand new Kawasaki H2, one of the first ones I've seen race with that Craftworks supercharger with over 200 horsepower. Power Sports Nation, Podium One Engineering, Brute Performance, and Sedona Wheel and Tire. That started life as a four-seater. They cut it down, so we'll see what they can do with Power Sports Nation. Looks like Brandon Davis just moves into third in class, fourth overall with a 152. So only about 10 seconds splits the top five right now. Pretty impressive. That looks like Adam Brown, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. Well, it's his car. He's sitting at home right now. He's got Philip McGilton as his fill-in driver. He took a bad tumble at Vegas to Reno, and he's still just, his hips still bothering him. So you can have one fill-in driver per season, but that fill-in driver must drive the driver of record's car unless it's a medical situation, which obviously this is. Adam's still recovering, so hopefully he gets close. He was hoping to race Hammers and tried, but it was just a little tough. So we'll see if he can keep things rocking and rolling. So off the line next is the number 334 of Adam Brown, being driven by Philip McGilton out of Selma, Alabama, with All Geared Up Racing, part of the All Things UTV Open class, and that Polaris Pro R Craftworks supercharger with over 300 horsepower, MRT, C8 technology, PPEI tuning, and G-Force. And something, so, I just love our sport. Adam Brown couldn't be here, couldn't make it, couldn't drive, but he called his buddy up, Phil, and he's still getting his points for the season. Love how our racers all help each other out on course and in the pits. So that is Philip McGilton driving for Adam Brown as we're chasing him through. And again, if you're tuned in, go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for the same timing I have right here in the Big B studio. And Take It Live is remote back home, making it happen. And the number 412 of Nate Richardson out of Noblesville, Indiana, with Jarhead Racing, moving from stock to open class recently in that Polaris Pro R with Power Sports Nation, MRT, RMRK Law, HMF Racing, and Demon Power Sports. He's got 3 podiums and has been racing with us for a couple years now. He used to race a RS1, so it's cool to see him step up. Oh, and Adam just hit me up. He just had surgery again. So obviously that's a pretty good medical excuse. So again, thanks for tuning in, buddy, and hope you have a quick recovery. And I'll just tell you this, Adam, you may leave Philip in the driver's seat. He's third in class right now with a 149. So your car ran extremely well out there. Oh, and now we got another one hopping in here. So we got Cody Willenborg fresh off the course, and you're sitting 5th in class, 6th overall with a 152. Very solid run, buddy.
Yeah, didn't have what we wanted out there. High hydroplan pretty bad. Almost rolled the car. I'm not sure how I didn't. Hopped on the passenger side wheels 2 different times and out of that hole, and I don't know how I kept it together.
Well, hey, you're here and the car's okay.
We mowed some trees down, and after that was just kind of try to salvage what we had. So that's unfortunate, but hey, we'll start where we start and work through, and it's going to be a tough one out there.
And speaking about hydroplane, there are just lots of their long pedals are not very deep, but there's lots of water out there. So what is your obviously you hit it too hard, you hydroplane. So
yeah.
Where is that happy medium?
You know, I don't know, and I think the ticket is going to be kind of survive the water and drive the rocks. And fortunately for us, we're running the CA control arms this year, and we'll be able to drive those rocks super hard. And looking forward to that. And I think that's where we'll see some of us shine in those rock sections.
And I think attrition is going to be extremely high with the mud, with the dust. Mud and dust. And then, you have those big sand dunes out there. This place is absolutely insane. And I think keeping the car together is going to be where you have to stand.
Yeah, not very many places on the East Coast. You get to have some sand whoops and some rocks. And obviously, unfortunately, the mud's here too. But, just what it is. And Badlands is a cool park. It's a home park for me. It's only 2 hours away. So that's super cool for us. It's a short drive. So I got some family coming up later. So
I love it.
We'll do the best we can to put on a show out there.
And speaking about coming on out, if you're close, it's $25 a day, $40 for the weekend. Kids 12 and under are free. So come on out. This place is beautiful. The amenities are awesome. The Power Sports store right here, they've got a little bit of everything. We'll have some food trucks on site, and it's going to be one heck of a show. And what do you think about Paul Wolf and Carson Atkins? Man, they threw down some times, didn't they?
Out here on the East Coast, obviously there's a bunch of IXCR guys, and you're going to see those guys really shine out here this weekend. They're fast in the woods. Their cars sit low to the ground, so they'll be something to keep your eye on. Some of those guys that are sneak in here and shake things up.
But being low to the ground, we did throw some pretty good rocks at you this year, so I think I'd give up a little bit of that ground clearance for those rock sections.
Yeah, I talked to somebody last night. I think he was running like a 31-inch tire.
Tyler is running a 27-inch tire, and he's sitting. Where's he at? Oh, he got bumped all the way to 8th now.
That's great in the woods. You can be super fast, but when it comes to those rock faces, that's even the downhill drops are going to be, that's on a small tire, man. But hey, those guys are racing the woods with those trees flying past them constantly. They'll be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see you guys do your thing. And I was talking earlier, Pro Modified class used to be our premier class, but you guys in the open class, the numbers are showing. I think the open class is really stepping up and starting to be the premier class. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish there was more of like a pro class and a pro am class, and then I wish that we had a true stock class, and stock meant stock. Stock control arms, stock. Stock is stock. You can't build these cars, and I think in the future we'll see some class changes. I hope, but I really like that the open class is kind of the premier class. Unfortunately for me, I got a Pro R, so that's the only class I can race.
You say unfortunate, or
yeah,
I thought you liked that car.
I do love the car, but again, unfortunately, per the rules, I can only race the open class. That Polaris Pro R is phenomenal. It's out of the box race car. I mean, I run a very, very stock platform. I'm no hydro steer. Up until this year, I was running stock control arms, and got the CA stuff. Man, that stuff is super high quality and works well. And the customer service is state of the art. We had dinner with them last night. Those guys are just super good people. So big shout out to CA, man. They're a huge part of my program, and absolutely phenomenal people over there. That company.
Oh yeah, they've been racing. I see Tyler over there right now, smiling, giving it a thumbs up. So he's out here co-driving this weekend. He was supposed to drive for Mark McClary, but I guess he was a little scared.
I don't think they can keep axle shafts in that car, but
All right. So out on course, we missed him taking off, but it was Dylan Schultz, number 788, out of Hastings, Minnesota, with Traction Off-Road, part of the G-Force Pro Modified class, and that Polaris with Maxxis, Bullet Wheels, Caves Custom, Carbon Winches, and Dakota Alignment. Raced with us for about a year now. And now Tony Polari, he rolled. Oh, nope, it's Tony Polari Jr. with Allen riding shotgun out of South Shore, Kentucky with Bad Batch Racing. With that CA Technology Can-Am Mavar with OBR tires, Bullet Wheels, 1806 Adventures, CA Technologies, and BP Pipeline. So we saw his dad with a great run until the final corner, took a little flop. So we'll see if Tony Polari Polari Jr. can keep it on all four this time.
You got some heavy hitters coming up. I don't think Nick Anderson's went. Tony hasn't went. I think Alan Burton's in that mix somewhere, getting ready to go.
And Paul Wolf's only gone once.
Yep. Has Gilbert went?
Yes. He's top 5-ish.
Another very, very good driver. And I think he's in a stock class car, so that kind of shows those stock class guys, man, they can drive up there with the car as far as the time.
So he's fourth in class, but got bumped all the way to 14th. So it's been very busy with all the cars. I'm not reading all the times. I do apologize. Ultra4Racing.livemotorsports.com is the timing I'm watching. So if you're at home, bring up the phone, the iPad, your third computer, whatever you want. And then later on, we will be using Racing Tracks as well. And that's a fun tool to have because it kind of pings you around the course. You can see where they're going. And the safety is what we like the most. And course compliance. We can see if somebody's short coursed, if whatever. But it'll do it like if you roll, it's got whatever in it. And it pings Racing Tracks saying, hey, we've got a stop car or a rollover or whatever. And it's pretty impressive technology. And the push to pass.
Yeah, the push to pass is cool.
So how do you accept those? I've only hit the pass part.
Fortunately for us, we don't see too many push to passes. We give some of them, and I think in the desert side of things, they work a little bit better than they do out here. Out here it's going to be really hard to get someone to accept the push to pass,
especially with the foliage too.
Yeah, and just the mud and the screen can be hard to see, and you're so focused on racing. Sometimes you just completely miss the push to pass that came up on the screen. So I try to be as respectful as I can to it, but at the same time, we're out here racing.
And you're kind of busy. What are you thinking about the mud going in and the water? Do you have a game plan for gloves, for a helmet?
Yeah, I try to preserve as much as you can. My brother does ceramic coating. He actually coming here this weekend. I'm having ceramic coat my visor, so hope to get the water to shed off of it as good as we can. And lots of microfibers, and probably going to end up with the visor up by the end of the race.
And will you have some safety glasses under the visor?
Yes,
just
I
in
will
case?
for sure.
Perfect. And a spare in the glove box, probably.
Yep. So that's the worst thing. Once you flip the visor up, you get mud in your eyes, you can be done. So you got to really kind of pick of drive through the poor visibility or.
I haven't seen any action lately. I'm not sure. Do we have a rollover? I missed it. Okay, so yeah, the recovery went down. So while we were chatting, I turned the radio down. But it sounds like we may have a rollover. And if so, that's going to be Dylan Schultz, I believe.
He's racing, huh? So I met Dylan out at Hammers a couple of years ago. That guy is a lot of fun, man. He super interesting, and he's a heck of a Sims driver on the internet too.
Man, that sim racing is wild. Dave's got a few at his ranch, so at KOH I get to race them, and it's very realistic. I'm not a video game guy. I appreciate it, but it's not my style. But to see those young kids and obviously adults, but just the hand-eye coordination. I mean, practice is perfect, and it's a lot cheaper to hit restart than
for sure.
Replace the AR.
And what I think is super cool is they're making it so real life. Like they scanned my car out at California at Hammers, to like kind of put it on the racing game, and that's just really cool technology and neat stuff, and brings a whole nother level to the marketing partners of kind of having your car on the game. So cool stuff. It's very, very lifetime for sure.
And just an update over the PCI Race Radio. Driver is okay. So Dylan Schultz. Dylan Schultz did take a little tumble, but it sounds like the car's got a little bit of damage, but Trotter said he'll get over it. So you raced tonight, right?
Yeah, we raced tonight, and I think it's going to be a little bit dark. So we added some lights to the front of the car. So I enjoy that stuff. I like the add different elements to the race. So it'll be cool. And I'm actually going to leave tomorrow morning early and head over to Missouri to run a knockout race over at
really? Okay.
Road Park.
Busy, huh? Yeah. You have a spare car, or are you hoping to keep this one together?
Yeah, I'm going to race the pre-runner on the knockout race. Okay. So I don't try to beat up the race car during those things, but they're fun little events to go do, and they pay big money, so we're going to go over there and play.
I love it. And where's that one at?
It's at Pikes Off Road Park in Bowling Green, Missouri. So it's like 5 hours from here.
Where's that at?
Like southern Missouri-ish.
All right.
So I'm actually going to pass my house, my hometown, to go there. So it's about 2 hours here, about 3 hours there for me. From
you gonna stop by and say hi, or you got to go racing?
We're just going straight to the race. So
well, no rest for the wicked. I like it, buddy. right. We got another one off. Oh, so Tony Polari did take off, but with Dylan rolling, he got a rerun as well. So the 428 of Tony Polari and Alan Pollard out of South Shore, Kentucky with Bad Batch Racing. And that CA Technology, Can-Am Mavar, OBR Tires, Bullet Wheels, 1806 Adventures, CA Technologies, and BP Pipeline. Been racing with us for about 5 years, and he loves Jay Shaw.
So is this Tony Jr. or Tony Sr.?
This is Junior. Senior rolled over earlier, so he'll take a rear start, but this is Tony Polari Jr.
Up that rock face right now, he's going.
Okay, so that's the rock face. From the drone, it's hard to tell. How difficult's that section?
No, that's no big deal at all.
Okay.
I wish I would have kept it going. There's a few water holes right here. That's where I almost rolled the car. But
well, hopefully we got it on highlight then. But yeah, the drones, man, they're amazing here because they can see so much. And then during the race, we got a couple extra cameras we're putting out. I think we'll have 5 cameras and 2 drones, so should have some pretty good coverage.
that corner's tricky because it looks like you go straight there. So he checked up. He almost made that mistake.
So yeah, there are a lot of spider trails here. So watching the GPS, watching the course marking is very important and can be a little tricky, especially when everybody splashes the course markers with mud.
Yeah, you know, one of the conversations we had is, are we going to run lead nav or not? Are we going to run the tablet? I don't think you need to as far as how the course is marked. But man, if you make a wrong turn to get back on course, and having the tablet there could really save you some penalties. So
you're going to have it in the car, but try not to use it.
Yep, having the car covered up, tuck it down, and just keep it in there for just in cases.
So that's the number 420 of Mason Feller and Justin Ramsey with McKinney, Texas, with Feller Racing and that Can-Am X3 with over 200 horsepower. Feller Fabrication and Welding, FabTech Services, Crossbar Off-Road Ranch, Method Race Wheels. And speaking about Crossbar Off-Road Ranch, Justin Ramsey, the co-driver, helps run the Crossbar, which will be racing later on. So Justin runs a racetrack or runs an off-road park and comes out here and plays with us. So
that's cool. That's a fun place too.
Oh yeah, it's another place that has a little bit of everything. They just don't have sand dunes.
It does. Yeah.
But the rocks there are definitely a lot
some
gnarlier.
Good rocks.
Oh yeah. And I know you love the harder the better, don't you?
I do, for sure. There's a rock face coming out of the creek section on this race, and there's a lot of people sat at the bottom of it yesterday, so I'm sure it'll be quite the conversation at the drivers' meeting. But
one of those people sitting at the bottom is going to be one of my people at the camera, so we'll get to see how it all shakes out.
Looks like Tony had some problems. They're kind of toning him up off the finish line.
So both Tony. Oh, it blew a belt, it sounds like. Okay. After the start line? Okay. Sounds like he did cross the finish line, but blew a belt right at the end. So he did get a time, but now we have a lot of cars to look through.
So we got Nick Anderson coming up next, looks like, and then Alan Burton. 2 really heavy hitters here. Let's see what these guys got.
And Nick Anderson will have to qualify almost back-to-back because he's running 2 classes, right?
Yeah, he chopped his finger off of hammers. So
pinched it off with a rock. That's not chopping. That's smashing.
I seen him
Ouch.
yesterday. He looks good. He's all right. He'll be. Let's see if he still got hit. I think his dad's riding with him this weekend. So.
Oh, that's scary.
Little father-son duo out there.
Are you excited or nervous? Excited. I like it. Nathan will be riding shotgun with his son for the first time.
Now you got to ask Nick if he's excited or nervous.
Yeah, no
because that
doubt.
could be a whole other conversation.
Yeah, having the boss man sitting next to you.
Well, I guess he's going to throw Dad out the first pick. Get out of here, old man.
You said it, not me. But it's all laughs. So far, so good. And so we should get a time. So Mason Feller. Let's see if I can scroll through. Mason Feller with a 2:29.
You know, co-drivers don't get enough love in this sport. You know,
You are correct on that.
Huge part of the program, and I've been fortunate enough to have the same co-driver for the last 3 or 4 years, and man, I wouldn't trade him for anything. He's a phenomenal.
Randy, right?
Yep, Randy, phenomenal guy.
How do you say his last name? I mess it up every time.
Dazenbrock.
Yeah, I do mess it up.
Yep, Dazenbrock. So,
but yeah, no, a co-driver makes a huge difference.
you know, not only, you know, he's super good at like seeing different lines, but he's amazing on a winch cable. You know, he'll pivot a car around a winch point or something absolutely that you wouldn't, most normal people wouldn't see. So, you know, especially on the big races like Hammers and where the nasty rocks or recovery comes into place, you know, that's a whole nother level of a co-driver aspect.
Oh, 100%. So chasing with the drone right now is the number 32 of Nick Anderson out of Canton, Georgia, with Anderson Racing in that Can-Am Maverick R, Metal FX, Tire Spine, CT Raceworks, UTV Race Shop, and PRP. He's been racing with us for 2 years, has 2 wins and 7 podiums.
And a national championship.
Yeah, yep, national championship as well. So we'll see what he can do this time.
It's looking good so far.
Level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
Yeah, Miles, this is going to be a good run here.
Oh, for sure. So who are we? Is it still Wolf? Yes. So Paul Wolf with a 143. Carson Atkins with a 147. Adam Brown, driven by Philip McGilton, with a 149. Then it's Kurt Mackey, driven by Tyler Rimry, with a 151. And then Brandon Davis with a 152. So our top 5 are extremely, extremely fast. And taking off the line next is the number 2220.
Man, he had such a clean run. Made a little mistake at the finish line there.
And he's got a little bit of a rope on the back of that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was good. I was watching the drone the whole time. Got a big ribbon hang off the back of it.
So on the taking off just right there was Alan Burton. He is part of the All Things UTV Open class. So let's see, where is Nick Anderson with that bobble at the end? With the bobble, he's still 4th in class and 4th overall with a 149. So if he wouldn't have had that bobble, he would have been really close to Paul Wolf's time.
Yeah, it was a clean run. I watched the drone overview the whole time. It was super clean, man.
Until the end. But that just goes to show you how important qualifying is. You push so hard to start up front for that clean air, less bottlenecks. But starting from the back has that adjusted time on your side. So it's, I don't know. This place, it is tight, but there is passing.
Yeah, you know, I started 88th at Hammers one year and ended up, I think, fifth in class or something. So, you know, all the way from the back, it was just one of them wild things. We had no idea where we were even at. And
you just keep pushing,
keep pushing through.
So off the line for his second time is the 304 of Gavin Smith out of Pritchard, West Virginia, with G. Smitty Racing in that Can-Am X3 with over 200 horsepower. Lynchworks, CT Raceworks, Leonard's Electric, Green Thumb, and Jesus Christ. Been racing with us for 3 years and has a podium.
That put Alan in eighth overall, 7th in class. So
that's pretty good run with a one. Look how many 152s we have. We have 5 152s.
That's wild.
Super close. 4th in class. Well, even with your bobble.
Yep. I'm going to jump off here, Miles. Thanks a lot, and we'll come back and see you this
Cody,
weekend.
always a pleasure. Good seeing you, and good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Cody Willenborg, part of the All Things UTV Open class. So everything's going smoothly. Have had a couple tumbles of Tony Polari Sr. and Dylan Schultz, but everything else is running good. We're over halfway through qualifying, so we're right on par. So Gavin Smith for his second time qualifying because he's running Pro Mod and Open, just like Paul Wolf and Nick Anderson. I'm sure a couple others. Looks like Bob Humanchuk's tuned in. Michaela, Sanders Bagan, Alan Clark, Cody St. Clair, and Tekia. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, got a great group watching back at home, we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. We are qualifying. The UTVs are about done. I do see the stock class heading out. Looks like we got about 5 or 6 yet to go. And Nick Anderson, with that super fast run with a bobble, gets another run because he is running 2 separate classes. So he knows the lines. I'll bet you he wants Paul Wolf's time. I just take that for, I'm seeing him smiling. This course is 1 mile. You do not have to qualify. You can choose to take a rear start. The racing this afternoon and tomorrow is on adjusted time. And off the line next is the number 9500 of Clint Garrison, out of Columbia, Kentucky, with his wife Savannah riding shotgun with Garrison Racing and his Can-Am with Wizzo Suspension and Fabrication, making his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut. Co-drives with Brandon Davis sometimes, but decided to take his own luck and have some fun. And joining me in the Big B studio is Reese Cooper. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, doing great. Having some fun, and you're part of the Youth 1K. You got Tyler Nelk riding shotgun with you, and had a pretty smooth run.
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked the qualifying lap. I did it yesterday. I was like, okay, I like this.
Yeah, you can. So sometimes, or usually, the course kind of deteriorates and starts falling apart, and it is. Those mud holes are getting bigger. They're getting longer. And you can see them just kind of, they come in and start dancing.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty wild.
I hit one deep one really fast, and it just sunk. I'm like, oh, man. And then all the water came in. I was like, dang it.
Is that when Tyler started screaming? No, it's a lot of fun. And you came out to Moab just a couple weeks ago, so quick turnaround, and you're still out here having some fun.
Yeah, Moab was really rough. Completely different from Badlands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that turned into a mud race as well.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't race before, or I raced
Oh,
after
that's
it
right.
rained.
You did race before it got nasty out there. So taking off the line next is the number 1133 of Eric Gilbert and Joe Fabrizio out of Mulvane, Kansas, with Gilbert Racing. And that Can-Am Mavar with OBR tires, Raceline wheels, JW Performance, CT Raceworks, and Artistic Builders. So we'll see. He's double duty this weekend. He is racing in the stock and the pro modified class. So it looks like just a handful of UTVs before we go into the 4,500 and 4,600 Spider Track stock class. And you're running last year it was a modified course for Youth 1K, but this year you get the full course. You pretty excited about it?
Yeah, we're really excited. I really was hoping to run the full course this time because I want to be prepared to go in the stock and all the bigger classes. So
Yeah,
it's like,
and it's really cool because before we had 170 classes, which is just a glorified go-kart, and then straight into the stock or UTV classes. So the Youth 1K is based off the stock rules, but it's a great stepping stone because what is it, 12 to 16 or 17?
I think it's 17.
Yeah, 17. That's right. And it's just a great stepping stone. So it's not just throwing you to the wolves, and it's intimidating.
Yeah.
But now you get your own little class to go out there and have some fun and learn your craft and get you ready for the big classes.
Can't wait to move up, but not sure when that'll be.
Well, just take your time. You're getting there, and you're doing great. So just seat time is your best time. So keep on with that. So off the line next is Pinball Phil Stratman with Taylor riding shotgun number 131 out of Villa Ridge, Missouri with TTP Racing. Part of the G-Force Pro Modified class in his Can-Am X3. Cedar Suspension Company, JB Scale Graphics, MRT, King Coatings, and ZRP. He started racing with us at King of the Hammers back in 2024. And it looks like, Reese, you were second in class with a 221. So you got a pretty solid start. That'll be fun. And we are going to intermix you with the stock class, but you're running your own race.
Yeah, I'm super excited to do stock because I've never had a race that is a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, Moab, there was a lot of us. There was 9 of us with youth, and I've never seen that many.
And we'll have roughly 25 cars out on course on an 11-mile course, so it's gonna be busy.
Oh yeah.
It'll be fun, and again, just play it smart. You'll pass a bunch of them that are pulled off on the side.
Yeah, Moab, we're turning, kept just seeing cars everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh,
I think I'm
Moab.
in second now.
So the attrition at Moab is higher than here. I promise you that. That course is brutal, but this place is fast and flowy. So if you, you can make a mistake and clip a tree. So you definitely got to be careful there.
Clipping trees hurt.
Oh yeah, they the trees usually win that one.
Hit a few trees and they don't really feel good.
And you're part of Mark McCleary's team, and he wasn't able to make it this week, but I'm glad to see you're still out here representing. And off the line next is AA Dan Hill with Caleb riding shotgun number 888 out of Omaha, Nebraska with FP Racing. Oh, we got a rollover right at the top. So that's going to be upside down Phil Stratman instead of pinball. So tough break for him, but he put on a show for the crowd. So we'll see if we can get him recovered before Dan Hill comes around out of Omaha, Nebraska with FP Racing in that Can-Am with RCV, Natural State Racecraft, G-Force, Power Sports Nation, Tire Spine, 3D Air Systems. So tough break for Phil Stratman. At the very last turn, I missed it, but I assume bicycled up and just turtled. So it looks like Dan Hill does not know about it yet, but I'm going to assume he'll get a rerun. So that's the third culprit of today.
There's a lot of spots you can easily
Oh, yeah. We were talking to Cody just a minute ago, and he said some of those puddles, if you hit them too hard, you hydroplane. So there's that happy medium of trying to skim the top, but you're out of control, or slow down and splash.
Yeah.
How muddy was the back of the course? I haven't been on it since we marked it.
It was pretty muddy.
Yeah.
That's that one he just passed. That was the one I completely got all the water in the car. I was like, oh, man, we got soaked.
And then at the back section on that field where it's like a quarter-mile drag strip, and then you take a left in that little water crossing.
That one's deep.
It's getting deeper. We crossed it, whatever day it is. What day is the day? Doesn't matter. We crossed it on Tuesday, and, it was deep. And I'm sure with everybody pre-running the ruts, it's getting deeper. But we were talking to Kyle, and we were a little nervous about it, and he said, don't be nervous. It's not going to get any higher. The water doesn't come from the rain in that section. It actually comes from Chicago down the river. So, and he said they haven't had any bad rains recently, so he does not suspect it to raise like it did last year. Were you here last year?
No.
Yeah,
so
the river started rising last year, and the course was starting to flood, so we just naturally got forced to go wider. It was wild. I'm glad I was sitting here and not in the race car, I'll be honest. So I assume Dan Hill will get the red flag and get a rerun. Still waiting to get Phil Stratman recovered. So I'm sure AJ's back home having a little laugh for himself.
How many people have split?
That's our third one. So we have a father and son team. They're in separate cars, though. But Tony Polari both flipped, and now Phil Stratman. No, I think it was Dylan Schultz, not Junior blew a belt. So, no, I'm incorrect. It was Tony Polari Sr., Dylan Schultz, and now Phil Stratman.
Senior said he just got a corner too fast and rolled it.
Oh, that's just what happened with Phil right here. So, I mean, it's that happy medium on how hard do you push, because you want that good starting position, but if you push too hard, you go to the back of the pack. Sorry, had to get on the PCI race radio, doing a little race ops, getting tuned in on what's going on. Looks like recovery's done, fired up, smokes a little bit. We'll get Phil off the course, get a rerun for AA Dan Hill, and then a few more UTVs, and then we're going to get into EMC classes.
There's a rock on the left of a turn, and I didn't see it because I was trying to get my visor up.
Uh-oh.
Man, I smoked that rock. I got like sideways. It was didn't feel
Little nervous, huh? Well, you
No,
should
it
your
scared
co-driver should have been calling that out. He probably did call it out. You said, ow. But yeah, I mean, that goes to show there's so much. I mean, you're watching your gauges, you're watching where you're going, GPS a little bit, and your visor. Just one little slip up, and I've done that in a race too. Same exact thing. Was wiping my visor, got off course, clipped the tree, A-arm gone, race over. Just, it's such a bummer.
I was really worried I was breaking something, but
But the car's good to go, huh?
Yep.
I love it. So we have qualified 51 cars out of just shy of 100. But again, you do not have to qualify. I expect a few of ours not to qualify. I know my buddy Adam Linger is waiting on a starter. We'll see if he can get it in and in time.
Took off the line. My car's in manual and low. I'm like, how did it get in low and manual? It's like on the rev limiter on the leaving the line.
So waiting for, looks like Phil is cleared. It looks like Dan Hill is getting his rerun back in action. All right, Reese, always a pleasure having you in here, but I'm going to let you get back, get your car checked out, and good luck tonight in your race. And I'm excited that you're excited about the full course.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Perfect. All right, well,
you.
Reese, always a pleasure. Good seeing you, and good luck.
you.
All righty, Reese Cooper, part of the Youth 1K. Sounds like we're almost clear once again, so we should be live racing with AA Dan Hill. So Paul Wolf 1. Oh, I missed that. Paul Wolf 1 and Paul Wolf 2 in the Pro Mod and the Open within a half a second identical lap. So absolutely incredible. So you talk about consistency. Paul Wolf has it. So then it's Carson Atkins, Adam Brown, Nick Anderson, Kurt Mackey, driven by Tyler Rimry, and Adam Brown's driven by Philip McGilton. Then it's Brandon Davis, Clint Garrison, Cody Willenborg, and Alan Burton, your top 10. Oh, and Clint Garrison, top 11. So Clint Garrison is in the top 11 twice, and Paul Wolf is in the 1 and 2. So P1, P2 for Paul Wolf. P1 in both classes. So great run by him. And again, if you're looking for times, ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com. And right now it is the number 888 of AA Dan Hill out of Omaha, Nebraska with FP Racing. Part of the G-Force Pro Modified class in that Can-Am with RCV, Natural State Racecraft, G-Force, Power Sports Nation, Tire Spine, and 3D Air Systems. He's been racing with us for about 3 years now, and him and his wife have a lot of fun out here with Ultra 4 USA. This coverage of Ultra 4 USA is presented by Branik Motorsports and is brought to you by our official sponsors. G-Force Suspension Technology, Maxxis Tires, All Things UTV, PCI Race Radios, Can-Am, Tire Spine, Pro Eagle, NorCal Rock Racing, Branik Motorsports, Rock Crawler Suspension, Spider Tracks, Metal Cloak, Factor 55, Monster Energy, Freight Factory, Raceline Wheels, King Shocks, Warren Racing, Holly Off-Road, Off the Grid, and by Big B Motorsports. So please support who supports the sport. We would not be qualifying right here, right now, without each and every one of those. This is a 1 mile qualifying course for the Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park, and we are over halfway through qualifying. And taking off right now is the 1527 of Alex Crouch in the Pro Modified class out of Salt Lick, Kentucky, with SLM Racing and his Can-Am, thanks to Mom and Dad and Radiative Designs. This is his first race with Ultra 4, and he was signed up in the open class, but when we split all the classes, he wanted to change the Pro Modified because he wants to race against Paul Wolf. Sorry, he was in the stock class, but since we split stock and open, he wanted to move up and race against Paul. So pretty cool, his first race, and wanted to see what happens. Great aerial view of the race line start finish. And you can see our EMC class, as it looks like up first will be the 4600 Spider Track stock class, and then the 4500 modifieds. And here goes Nick Anderson, number 32 out of Canton, Georgia, with Anderson Racing. In his Can-Am Maverick R with Metal FX, Tire Spine, CT Raceworks, UTV Race Shop, and PRP. And he had a blistering race qualifying run just a few moments ago, had a pretty good bobble at the end, and was still only 4 seconds out of the lead. So I think he knows his mistake. We'll see if he can better himself. Right now, he's 4th in open. We'll see where he ends up in Pro Modified class. The time to beat right now is 1:43.2 by the man himself of Paul Wolf. And speaking about Paul Wolf, I hear his 4400 car. He's getting ready to qualify that as well. So Nick Anderson is being chased by the drone, and so far, so good. And you can see this mud hole right there. It's very tricky, but he makes quick work through it. These racers knew what they were coming to, so you definitely need to, watertight the cars, all the electrical, and try to keep this car living. And remember, Paul Wolf, Nick Anderson, and a couple others are running the same car in 2 separate classes. Oh, I thought I heard Nick Anderson having an issue, but it was a 4600 car taking off. So we'll get a time for Nick Anderson. It's going to be a quick one. What's it going to be? 2nd in class, 4th overall with a 147. So incredible run for Nick Anderson. So I got to flip my sheets.
Level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
So off the line first looked like John Lachey, and it is the 4662 of John Lachey and Bryce Lightshower out of Milford, Michigan with LMS Off-Road Racing. And that 1985 Toyota with a 22RE turbo with 150-ish horsepower. LC Engineering, Yukon, Bill Stein, Contour Graphics, and Whips Maple. Been racing with us since 2023, and he is in the 4600 Spider Track stock class. What is that? Well, you have to have a stock OEM frame. Wheelbase must stay within 3 inches. Factory engine, but may be replaced with any available engine in the same make, year, and model. Factory transmission, 35-inch DOT tire, single 2.5 shock per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel. Factory style suspension like leaf springs, coil springs, TTB, etc. Mechanical steering. So these cars started out as grocery getters, but now they're full-blown race cars. A lot of fun. Looks like Chris is tuned in. Oh, Anthony Denny, the normal co-driver for Nick Anderson is back at home, unable to make it. Looks like Flamingo Chick is going to be rooting on Scott Farley, who's actually racing a stock class car in 48, so that'll be interesting. And Aiden is rooting on Dan Hill and SRC3 Racing. Mischief Maker TV, thank you everybody for tuning in. For qualifying, there's a lot of you guys and gals, so we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. And we do have our second competitor out on screen. That's the number 622 of Roger King out of Sparta, Tennessee, with Team Robbie Bobby, and that TJ with Sierra Designs, Yukon Gear and Axle, Poly Performance, High Desert Motorsports, and Almost Home. He's been racing with us since the original Everyman Challenge back in 2012. And joining me in the Big B studio is none other than my good buddy, Jonathan Terhune. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Good morning, Miles.
Oh, it's been a great weekend so far. The weather's been, it's Badlands. The weather's been Badlands. And we'll see tonight. They're calling for some rain, but don't worry. You don't race till tomorrow.
I'm hoping it'll at least stop by morning and we'll at least not have any horizontal water coming at us. It'll just be on the track. So.
Yeah, no doubt. But it looks like there's weather moving in overnight, but I'll keep checking it. And it looks like it should be clear by the time you race. But you're getting ready to qualify. It doesn't look like you are.
Yep. Watching the 4600s, got Corey and Brant, some of the Team Indiana guys going.
Perfect.
And then I believe the Pro Mod was going to run before
we ran all the UTVs.
Oh,
so
well, hey, you might want to go get your fire suit on, buddy.
Yeah, so you got a couple minutes.
I got a minute.
Because 48s and 44s are intermixed. So
yep.
you're good there.
Watch a couple of my guys run here, and then I'll get ready.
I like it. But, yeah, Team Indiana's here. They're in full force. You guys have helped us out for such a long time. And, part of Ultra 4 is Team Indiana for sure. So thanks to you and your entire team for always helping us out and having fun and wing nights.
Always a good time. We appreciate Ultra 4 coming out to Indiana, getting a race on our home track. There's nothing better than, I think I was a long distance guy from Indiana. It was 2 hours to get here.
Oh, you poor guy. Did you drive the race car?
There. No, brought a whole trailer. It's fine.
I think you're probably racing one of the oldest cars we have, right?
Yeah, I think it first raced 2011 or something.
And that's a Jesse Haynes car, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the original Ultra 4 Jesse built. And, give him credit. It's still, it's not the fastest car, but it's still up there competitive. So,
and I don't know if you remember this, but a few years ago at King of the Hammers, we had the Terhune Tumble.
I forgot about that, but thanks for reminding me.
But I'm just going to show you, these cars are built so well that you took a nasty roll during qualifying a few years back, but you brought the car back, and it's in action.
Yep. How we doing on times here, Miles?
We're doing, let's see, we're switching to 4,600, and you told me how to do this, so we're show all. So I'm going to go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com, and on the top left, you can see show all, and then you can go by class. We'll hit 46. See? You can teach me something. So in the 46 Spider Track stock class, it's John Lachey with a 237. Then it's Roger King with a 247. So we'll see how the rest of the crew pans out. And out on screen, oh, we missed it. It's the number 1313 of Brant Irwin and Nate Jesse with Team Indiana with Warehouse Racing out of Salem, Indiana. With his Jeep Cherokee with a Maypop 47, Black and Blue Motorsports, Fathead Racing, Dirt Weapon Off-Road, Day Construction, Team Indiana, and Martin Racing. So he's got all his buddies helping him, huh?
It's kind of a group effort when it comes to stock. There's a lot of just doing work rather than just getting parts.
And so you're part of his team. You've helped him work on the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys put a hide key on it?
I think that issue's been sorted out. But, yeah, as part of stock class, it runs a stock key. And last year his key fell out, got lost. Found it the next morning under the seat cushion, wedged way down in there where you never find it in the dark. It
worked out perfect because he lost the key right in front of the of my desk. So we got to cut up a little bit, and have some fun.
Don't think there's a perfect way to DNF a race, Miles, but
well, if you're gonna do it,
positivity.
Yeah, exactly. All in good fun. So we are intermixing 45 and 46, I believe, because that was Austin Pyatt, number 8008 out of Box Elder, South Dakota with PT Racing. in that 98 Jeep TJ with a 4.6 stroker with over 300 horsepower, manual transmission, Sierra Designs, Almost Home Pet Resort, Yukon, High Desert Motorsports, and Poly Performance. He was part of the Ultra 4 rookie program in 2025. So it looks like Brant Irwin, new fast time of the day for the 4600 Spider Track stock class with a 2:18. So almost 20 seconds faster than John Lachey, so that's not too shabby. Oh, and here's another one. You know who this one is?
That's the car I'm riding in. He's running solo right now, but tonight I'll be in that car.
That's Corey Day, number 326, without Jonathan Terhune riding shotgun, out of Uniondale, Indiana, with Day Racing. And his Jeep Cherokee with Raceline wheels, Ironman 4x4 Fab, ACNC Cutting and Fab, Team Indiana, Warren Racing, Factor 55, and Sarah Day. He's been racing with us since 2018. He's got 5 wins and 6 podiums.
I'm going to watch Corey and go. He's lined up at the start.
So 4,800 and 4,400. Get staged up, ready. Get suited and booted. It's qualifying time. Except for you, I'll give you a 3-minute pass.
One more car. I want to see the car I'm riding in. I really want to see how we do.
Then I'll give you a 5-minute pass. And if you're going to watch his ride,
hopefully it's about a 2-minute and 15-second pass.
I'm joking.
Gets on the pole here. But.
So here he goes, Corey Day, number 326, out of Uniondale, Indiana, with Day Racing, and he puts that Cherokee through its paces. This is definitely the fastest Cherokee I have ever seen. We'll see if he can keep it together.
Had a good Hammers run, finished in 5th place, the only non-portaled 4600 to finish the Hammers.
That ain't too shabby, huh?
I'll tell you the secret on clearance. It's Dana 44s.
Oh, I like it.
So he's got a lot more clearance over 1 ton. So interesting in 4600 how much clearance with those 35s really plays into it. We were still hung up on Dana 44s all race.
That is a great fact that I never really took into thought, because you can run 1 tons in stock class, but the chunk is bigger. So the Dana 44 has the more. I like that. That's strategy.
Yep, you got to know your axles aren't as strong as everybody out there, but if you can be smart, and his Cherokee's pretty lightweight. He's got it under 5,000 pounds, and he's just a good driver that picks good lines.
For sure. I was at his house, I think 1 year ago now. We stopped on the way to this race. Maybe it was before. I don't know. On the way to one of the races, stopped by, and he was installing that axle housing, the night before the race at his house, and it's actually out of a JK. So we were talking, and he sent me the link to that front housing, but it was the incorrect link.
I don't know where most people get their axle housings at, but for a Cherokee, he got his
China.
off Amazon.com.
He sure did. Straight from China.
I've heard of a lot of companies that make fancy axles, but I've never heard of a guy put an Amazon axle on a race car, but that's what Corey does, and he gets it done. So.
He sure does. So we'll see. He's coming his way back. Up and over. We'll see him come into sight, and he is right behind us. So we'll stick with this one just because you're in screen and see what kind of time he gets us.
I tell you, the scary thing is in a 4,800, I'm worried I'm not going to be able to beat him.
Well, no pressure.
There's a little side bet we can't talk about, but we'll see what happens.
All right, and we have a new fast 4,600 of the day, Corey Day with a 2:02, 16 seconds faster than his buddy Brant Irwin. So Corey Day just smoked the field and is in pole position for the 4,600 Spider Track stock class. Well, Jonathan, always a pleasure, buddy. I'm kicking you out of here. You got to go qualify.
I'm going to go get suited up and see if I can beat his 2:02. Oh, gosh.
Good luck.
I do.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck. We'll see how it plays out. So Corey Day just with a blistering run right there. So we'll switch to the 4,500 class. Taking off right there is the 4517 of Jeff Pratt and Kyle Strobel out of Oxford, Michigan with Pratt Pack Racing. He's in a Jeep with an LS with about 500 horsepower, Mickey Thompson tires, Raceline wheels, dynamic converters, Holly Performance brands, rugged radios, Warren Racing, Edmund Speed Shop, and Oliver Racing. This is Jesse Oliver's old car. Great to see it back in here. And he debuted that last year at Beach Bend, where he actually won his first race he entered. So we'll see what he can do with Austin Pyatt. later on this evening. My buddy down in Baja, Scott Reddish, is tuning in, looking at. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Well, I assume you're in Baja. I think he lives in Arizona, but he spends more time down there having fun, goofing off. Or he may be working. You never know. But we got a lot of great people tuned in all over the world. And again, I thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. Looks like Red 2485 is rooting on Paul Wolf and Jason Farley. We got a couple of Scott Farley fans. And when Scott rolled into the pits the other day, I was parking everybody, and I wasn't paying attention. I went and parked him, drove back by, and realized he has his stock car with his 48 numbers on it. So I said, "Are you racing a stock class car in the 4800 class?" Which is racing with the 4400 class as well. He said, "Yep, going for those points." The car wasn't ready, but he still had his old Cherokee. So that'll be a fun one to watch. Scott Farley always out there with a big smile having fun. So we should have a time for Jeff Pratt, and we do. It's a 2:29, only 2 seconds split, Austin Pyatt and Jeff Pratt. So I believe that's going to push us into 4,800. And I'm getting my timing off ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com. And you can separate by class or have everybody. And if you're here on site or on your way, make sure you swing by Roxy with Mega Merch over by the Power Sports store. If you, every $50 in Ultra 4 swag you buy, you get a raffle ticket to win a 10,000-pound Zion Warren winch. So thanks to Warren Racing for giving us those to give out to our fans. So go over there, buy a shirt, buy a hoodie, buy a hat, socks. I don't think she's got underwear yet, but she's got a little bit of everything. And every $50 spent, get you a raffle ticket for that Warren winch. So off the line right now is a 46-49 of Matthew Denani and his dad, Adam. Number 4649 out of Shelby, Michigan with Denani Racing with his Jeep Cherokee, and wants to thank his dad for helping him make his dreams come true, making his Ultra 4 USA debut. So Matthew Denani making his Ultra 4 USA debut with his dad riding shotgun, making memories. And if you're just tuning in, this is qualifying for the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. And qualifying has been a lot of fun, but the big dogs are coming up next. We have the 48s and the 4400s. The 4800 Branik Motorsports Legends class and the 4400s will be dicing it up here very shortly. So we have Tom Felger, another Team Indiana, number 4668, with Josh Matthews riding shotgun out of Ocean, Indiana. Part of Team Indiana with his Jeep with around 200 horsepower, making his Ultra 4 USA rookie debut. We'll get a time for Matthew Denani. Looks like with a 3:06. So Tom Felcher will be our last competitor in the 4600 Spider Track stock class, I do believe, before we kick out the 4800 Branik Motorsports Legends class. Looks like we're going to be right on par for a 12 to 12:30 qualifying ending. Then we'll take a break till about 3:30 and come back with some racing this evening. So don't go anywhere. We have a lot of great qualifying yet to go, but tonight starting at 3:30 onward till about 9, it'll probably run till 10. Who are we joking? We got some great racing tonight. We got some UTV racing and EMC. And then tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we'll have the Youth 170s, hopefully right here in the arena, but weather pending on that one. And then we'll roll into the Pro Modified class. And then the 4400 and 4800 will be intermixed tomorrow evening right around 6:30. This coverage of Ultra 4 USA is presented by Branik Motorsports and brought to you by our official sponsors. G-Force Suspension Technology, Maxxis Tires, All Things UTV, PCI Race Radios, Can-Am, Tire Spine, Pro Eagle, NorCal Rock Racing, Branik Motorsports, Rock Crawler Suspension, Spider Tracks, Metal Cloak, Factor 55, Monster Energy, Freight Factory, Raceline Wheels, King Shocks, Warren Racing, Holly Off-Road, Off the Grid, and by Big B Motorsports. So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing marketing partners, we would not be racing here today for the Branik Brawl. And our first 4,800 car off the line is the number 142 of Brandon Reed. Out of Baroda, Michigan, with Eddie Kemp riding shotgun with Reed Brothers Fabrication. And that home-built Ford Bronco with an LQ4 with 400 horsepower. Method Race Wheels, Urban 3D, Huffman Fab, and ADS. He's been racing with us for about 2 years now, and he just stepped from 4,500 to 4,800. Did a little modifications to the shocks and the steering. So we just saw the 4,500 class go. They can have two and a half shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel. Mechanical steering, 37-inch DOT tires, front-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower. And now we are rolling into the 4,800 Branik Motorsports Legends class, front or rear-mounted engine, unlimited horsepower. Vehicle must contain 2 seats side by side, single shock per corner, maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire. Solid axles only in this class, and this is a great class for a 4,400 car to kind of go and retire, but there's a lot of new cars that are specific built for this class as well. And Brandon, blows that corner a little bit. He's able to whoa her down. All right, back on course. Great flying from Tyler and Jack this weekend. We'll have 2 drones in the air the entire time, except when Tyler decides to go racing for us, which is awesome. Love that he wants to come out here and race and help us with the live show. Take it live behind the scenes. We have Chris and Colin back in L.A. running the show remotely. I'm just plugging stuff in and talking. So we'll have a time for Brandon Reed, and it's a 2:08. And off the line next is the 48-24 in his Cherokee racing in the 4,800 Branik Motorsports Legends class out of Irving, Texas with Farley Motorsports with Maxxis Tires, Meridyne, Baja Designs, Texas Dents, and Branik Motorsports. His first race was AOP back in 2022, and he is a graduate from the Fab School, and he's had 7 podiums along the way. And again, talking points here is he is in a stock class Cherokee racing tomorrow night against 4,800 and 4,400 cars. I absolutely love it. I said, "Are you crazy?" He just big laugh and said, "Yep, I'm here for the points. I'm here to party." We know we have some Farley fans back home. There's Jason tuning in. I'm sure Flamingo Chick is watching. We have Seat Time Syndicate rooting everybody on. Oh, Miller Richmond's tuned in. Thank you, everybody, again for qualifying. We got a great crowd back home and here on site. And if you are at home, go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for the same timing I have right here in the Big B studio. Scrolling through, making sure I'm not missing too much stuff. This is round number 2 for Ultra 4, but our first round for the Central Series. Next up will be our first round in the Eastern Series at Rouse Creek, Pennsylvania. That'll be April 29th through May 3rd. And off the line next is none other than Kaden Berger with Branik Motorsports with Alex Dixon riding shotgun out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, in his Jimmy's 48P chassis with an LSX with a Schofield performance over 750 horsepower. Obviously, Branik Motorsports, Mickey Thompson Tires, Edward Jones, hoseandfitting.com. And this is Stan Haynes. This is his grandson. So love seeing him still be involved. So this will be an exciting run to see. See Justin Joseph heading to the line. I see Chad Hunt. So the 4400s are starting the stage. There's Bill McGibbon. Jeff Price. We still have a few more 48s to go. Oh, but we're going to throw in Paul Wolf here in the mix here in just a moment as we're watching Kaden Berger, Branik Motorsports themselves. Very excited for this young man. Got the opportunity to step into this car with his grandpa as crew chief and making memories and hitting that mud hole pretty hard, but he's still pushing. The water has definitely been an issue here at Badlands, but hey, you know that coming in. I was talking to my buddy Adam that'll be racing UTV this evening for his first race ever in Ultra 4, and he was said, I was watching the YouTubes, and it looks muddy there, but it's supposed to be dry this weekend, right? I said, it doesn't matter if it's dry or not. It's always wet. So off the line next is number 1018 of Paul Wolf out of Alton, Illinois with Wolf Racing. And his UFO built by Joe Thompson, single-seat IFS with a Schofield Performance, LSX 434, Nitto Tires, Holly Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, VP, and ADS. And waiting for a time for Kaden Berger. I see him. He crossed it. Have to hit refresh here. Oh, just like that, it refreshed. Too much. So Kaden Berger, new pole setter for 4,800 Branik Motorsports Legends class with a 2:04, 4 seconds faster than Brandon Reed. Scott Farley sitting in third with a 2:45, but remember, Scott Farley's in that stock Cherokee. So on track right now is Paul Wolf, the winningest racer in Ultra 4 history. Can he get another win? Well, with 3 races, he better. Paul is our first competitor in the 4,400 Unlimited class. I do see a couple more 4,800 cars to go, so Paul got a little excited and staged a little bit early. But I see Ryan Webb staged up and ready to go. And I hear Paul Wolf, so he better get out of the way. One of my favorite sounding cars, Ryan Webb with Christopher Branton, not riding shotgun because they're racing at the same time. Out of Bossier City, Louisiana with Kryptonite Racing in that Liberty Mountain Fab chassis with a Kuntz LS7 with almost 700 horsepower. Guani Performance, SCS, Liqui Moly, Kenda Tires, USD Racing, and Raceline. Let's see what kind of time Paul Wolf has. He is our pole setter because he's only 4,400 so far. But the time to beat is 1:45. What was his UTV time? I think it was 1:43. So 2 seconds slower in the 4,400 car. Interesting. Very surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. Those UTVs are very light, nimble, and the power to weight ratio is very impressive. But when we get the big field section out back, the sand dunes, I do think the 4,400s will be, I think they're going to be similar lap times because there's a lot more tight trees than wide open. So regardless, just a talking point. Paul Wolf sitting with that 1:45. And out on course right now is Ryan Webb, patiently awaiting for him to come through. So we should have 9 4,800 Branik Motorsports Legends class cars and 13 4,400. So we should have roughly 22 race cars for the main event tomorrow night. And off the line next is Jonathan Terhune and Brant Irwin, number 890 out of Muncie, Indiana, with Team Indiana. And that old school Jesse Haynes Fab car with a Mass Motors LS 408 with 600 horsepower. Branik Motorsports, Nate Jesse, Corey Day, Brant Irwin, and Ronald McDonald. He's been racing with us, or he's been attending King of the Hammers since my first year as well, back in 2009. But started racing EMC back in 2012. Been involved with Ultra 4 from basically the very beginning. Just a great part of the Ultra 4 USA family. And we do have a new pole setter in 4,800 class, and that is Ryan Webb with a 151, shaved 13 seconds off of Caden Berger. So Ryan Webb was on a mission. And it looks like it's Justin Barth on the start line getting ready to take off next, but he forgot to go to the car wash like everybody else. So on course right now is Jonathan Terhune. Got a pretty good glare here. Oh, we're looking at me. Everybody having fun back at home? It's been a great day. And it's only going to get better. Qualifying is be wrapping up. I'm going to say in the next, hopefully, half hour or so, we'll do a long lunch break because the course or the park is open. So everybody will be enjoy that. But then at 3:30 Eastern time, we'll go live racing with the Tire Spine stock class. Then we'll go to the EMC races and then the All Things UTV open class. And off the line next is the 417 of Justin Barth and Paul Geisenhagen out of Springfield, Missouri with Barth Racing. And that Jimmy's 4x4 48P chassis. Mass Motors LS7 with 750 horsepower. Raceline wheels, Warren Racing, and King. He's been racing with us since 2014 with over 10 podiums. So hopefully we find, oh, yeah, we got some more heading that way towards staging. So out on course right now is Justin Barth. And then it looks like taking off next is Justin Joseph, part of the 4,400, I believe. We'll see as he crosses the race line start finish. Something we normally don't do is intermix 4,400 and 4,800, but with the car counts we had this weekend, we decided to mix those two, split up the UTVs, and let the 4,800s fight with the 44s. It'll be a lot of fun to watch. Looks like Walter's tuned in and Seat Time Syndicate getting ready to root on their next car, the 111 of Justin Joseph. With Off-Road Affair. They do a lot of cool stuff. They support women in off-road. They just helped out my daughter Jade and Ella in the go-kart scene. So we appreciate that. And it's just something they near and dear to their heart. Trying to help out. Ooh, went off course and realized it. So the course went left there and he got off course. And now he's bumping a car, but that's maybe one of our recovery guys. So Barth is backing up with out a rear view mirror or with one that's covered in mud. So he's got to get back on course. So whoopsie on that one. And off the line next is the number 111 of Justin Joseph with John Cunningham running shotgun out of Pueblo, Colorado with Off-Road Affair and Seat Time Syndicate. And that Triton Engineering chassis, IFS 2-seat with a mast LSR 466, Seat Time Syndicate, Maxxis, RPM steering, Odaway, and KMC wheels. Made his Ultra 4 debut last year at Moab. And that is a beautiful car. I believe that is one of Fun Haver's old car. So there's a great shot of Chad Hunt, one of our local Team Indiana drivers. And it sounds like that car that was parked there wasn't supposed to be for Justin Barth, so he may be getting a rerun trying to listen to my PCI race radio. Okay, now I'm hearing back that the cameraman was off course Justin Barth, so we'll get that squared away. So off the line next is the 456 of Chad Hunt and Rick Murray out of Plymouth, Indiana with Hunt's Motorsports. And that Miller Pro Chassis solid axle with a Dart 440. Branik Motorsports, Mickey Thompson Tires, Raceline Wheels, Hunt's Auto Salvage, Baja Designs, and Indiana Muscle Car. Been racing with us since this race back in 2013. He was the 2023 Zandy Willems Sportsman of the Year, and he won nationals just a couple years ago. And these Miller cars shine out here in the Central and East. So I think Chad's got a really good shot at this one, this race. Home course track, tight woods, go fast. Chad, let's see what happens. So we are going to verify what the situation with Justin Barth. We are going to rerun him, but then we'll make a decision later which run we allow. But they're going to go ahead and give Barth a rerun, then we'll evaluate if we give him that first run or second run. He is saying that car was on course. We'll have to figure that out here in just a little bit. So it is Paul Wolf with a 145, then Justin Joseph with a 205. Chad Hunt is on course, and Bill McGibbon taken out, number 461 out of Jasper, Ontario, Canada, with McGibbon Racing. And that Jimmy's single seat IFS Green Dragon. Got some fans in the crowd with that LS with over 800 horsepower. Mickey Thompson Tires, Wizzo Suspension and Fab, Jimmy's 4x4, J&A Hydrovac, and TMR. We'll see what kind of time Chad Hunt and Bill McGibbon can throw down. Chad just moved into second position with a 150, only 5 seconds behind Paul Wolf. So Chad ran a perfect qualifying run. So we'll see what kind of time we can get for Bill McGibbon here in just a moment. Still looks like we have quite a few cars heading towards the start line. It's been a great day. Weather is absolutely perfect for today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Let's check that. I hate checking the weather. Looks like there we go. So we do have a chance of rain. Looks like it's going to rain overnight. And then about 11 o'clock, dry up and be clear. So Youth 170, hopefully we figure out a game plan for them. But it looks like it's going to clear up around 10:30 tomorrow. So it could be actually a really nice race course for tomorrow. And obviously the race course today looks excellent. So all we can do is hope. Off the line next is the number 57 of Jeff Price. Had a wrong number on my sheet. So number 57, Jeff Price and Carl Stevens out of East Bethany, New York with Flex Rock 4x4. In that Miller Pro chassis with an LSX 427, 725 horsepower. Endurance Electrical Services, Mickey Thompson Tires, Simpson, Kodiak Coatings, Endurance Industrial Supply. Been racing with us for a couple years and just moved from 4,800 class to 4,400 class. So making his debut. So we'll see what kind of time Jeff Price can throw down. So Jonathan Terhun's giving me a thumbs up, but I don't want him to sit down right here because he's all muddy. But Terhun, second in class. But don't forget you're racing 4,400s too. And we will intermix the classes depending on your qualifying time. So 4,800 could start in front of some of the 4,400s. So now we'll switch back. So in 4,400, Paul Wolf, Bill McGibbon, Chad Hunt, and Justin Joseph. And off the line next is the number 1088 of Mark Price. And I do apologize. I do not have him on my cheat sheet. Not sure when he signed up, but 1088 of Mark Price. It looks like an old pinhole car that's ran around Ultra 4 for a while. Great to see out here still racing. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park in Attica, Indiana. I am Miles Hasquist, and we are towards the end of qualifying. It's been a beautiful day. I'm going to say we got less than 10 cars yet to go. So almost everybody's going to qualify today. That's a great run. So out on course right now is Mark Price and that old pinhole car. Beautiful car. Dana Hale just had that one. Just sold that car a little bit ago, I do believe. Trying to think who else may have had that one. Maybe Alex Wacker? No, that's Ben Napier's old car, I think. Oh, there's a lot of cars that change hands. Looks like Roger King is getting ready to take off for his second time today. He raced in the 4,600 Spider Track stock class and getting ready to take the green flag for the 4,400. And I hear Mark coming through the back. So here comes Roger King, number 124 out of Sparta, Tennessee with Team Robbie Bobby. And that partially committed and Diddy's big block chassis with that LS3. Dirty Life wheels, Mickey Thompson tires, Yukon, rugged, and Wizzo suspension. Been racing with us back since 2012, and this looks like a very fast run. And it is good enough for sixth position for now with a 2:05. So it's Paul Wolf, Bill McGibbon, Chad Hunt, Jeff Price, Justin Joseph, and Mark Price in the 4,400. Again, if you're anywhere in the area, come on out. Tickets are only $25 a day. The weekend for $40. Kids 12 and under are free. We are racing this evening starting at 3:30 till it gets dark for sure. I think we'll hope to quit around 9 or 9:30. And then tomorrow we start at 10 a.m. for the Youth 170s. And then we'll race all evening long and give some of those Creative House trophies away. So lots of racing yet to come. Qualifying's been amazing, and it is not over yet. Looks like Becky Smith's tuned in, Crypto Crawler, Angie Hoist. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Fighting a little bit of technical difficulties. I do apologize, but Take It Live has it under control, and we have a great show going. The Canadians want to watch their Canadians. I love it. Oh, here goes Sean Reisky, it looks like. Number 866, Sean Reisky and Justin McLean out of Mishawaka, Indiana with 866 Motorsports and a in-house built chassis with an LS3, Branik Motorsports, Dirty Life wheels, Mickey Thompson tires, Mishawaka Auto Pros, and Steinjager. He's been racing with us since 2017 and has 7 podiums along the way. And here's another fun fact. He is in a 4,800 class car, but he stepped up to the 4,400s, want to run with the big dogs and see what he can do. Definitely a very fast driver. And I didn't look at his car because 4,800 class differences between 48 and 44 is basically single shock versus dual shock and 37-inch DOT tires versus unlimited tires. So I didn't see if he changed much on his car. And that's Brandon Davis patiently awaiting to take that green flag. Again, if you want to see the timing, go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com. And then we will be using racing tracks later on this afternoon and tomorrow as well. So patiently awaiting for Sean Ricey to come into the screen here in just a moment before we ship out. Brandon Davis, the number 256 out of Huntsville, Alabama with Davis Racing. In that UFO single-seat IFS with an LSX with over 750 horsepower, Raceline wheels, Mickey Thompson tires, and AMSOIL. Has been racing with us for a couple years and already has a couple podiums. And Sean Reisky in a 4,800 car in the 4,400 class just moved into fourth position. Very impressive. Looks like we're down to our final 7 or 8 probably. Everything's going good. So Brandon Davis is out there. I was talking to Tyler, our drone pilot. He's got a coolant leak on his race car. So I said, hey, go look at that. We got Jack here that can finish out qualifying. So Brandon Davis is getting ready to cross the finish line. We'll get a time for him, and he is all over the throttle. This is going to be a quick one, and it is a quick one. P2 for Brandon Davis with a 148, just 3 seconds slower than Paul Wolf. Great run. And taking off the line here is the number 17 of Jesse Oliver and Randy Cole riding shotgun out of White Lake, Michigan with Oliver Racing. And that Miller Motorsports chassis with a Mass Motors LS 408 with 600 horsepower. Mickey Thompson tires, Ironman Off-Road, Raceline, and Branik. Been racing with us since 2013. He's been an Eastern champion. He's won at Rush. He's won at AOP, and he's won right here in Badlands. He debuted that car in Bowling Green, Kentucky last year, and his debut didn't go so well. He took a pretty good tumble, got it back, got it rebuilt, and he's working the kinks out of that Miller car. But the 4,400 class, or the Miller car in the 4,800 class is absolutely amazing. So there's Benji, part of our recovery and production, doing a great job. I'm Miles here in the Big B studio. We've had a great day so far, and it's not over yet. Still lots of racing action yet to go. Jack and Tyler have been flying the drones. We'll have more cameras out and taking a rerun. Again, we'll see if that line was legal or not. They're kind of debating that, but off the line next is the number 417 of Justin Barth and Paul Geisenhagen out of Springfield, Missouri with Barth Racing. And that Jimmy's 4x4 48P chassis with a Mass Motors LS7, 750 horsepower. Raceline wheels, Warren Racing, and King Shocks. Been racing with us for a dozen years. It's been absolutely perfect weather today. Again, the rain sounds like it's going to move in overnight, so we'll see what it does for tomorrow, but we are definitely excited to see how it plays out. Just got an update from my buddy Jason Washburn that Will Laster will not qualify, having some electrical issues. But again, you do not have to qualify. You can take a rear start, but hopefully you can get that car sorted out and be in the race tonight. Had to hop off for just a moment. Our camera here in the studio is goofing up. I'm trying to reboot it. So while that's doing, we'll hop back to the action. All right, so it's Kevin Porterfield, number 4426, with Brian McVeigh riding shotgun out of St. Clairsville, Ohio, with Porterfield Motorsports. A beautiful wide open designs 2-seat IFS car with a Jeff Ginter racing engine, 800 horsepower, Mickey Thompson tires, wide open designs, Wizzo suspension and fab, and Porterfield fab with Radflow and RCV. And then taking off next is Christopher Brandt, number 4046, out of Bossier City, Louisiana, with Upside Down and Kryptonite Racing. He's in a 2-seat IFS Jimmy's 4x4 car with an LSA 446, Maximum Turbo 400, SCS, Liquimoly, Raceline wheels, USD sticky, real drive shaft, D-bomb tuning, Pro Eagle, and Crocodile wipes. He's got 4 podiums and been racing with us for 6 years. All right, got the camera rebooted, so we should have the start-finish line camera back in action. Not sure what happened, but it's technology. It's always something. So thanks, Lundy, with Take It Live for keeping me honest. Let me know what's going on. Our on-site tech guy is lackluster at best. It's me. And taking off the line next is number 906 of Tad Dowker and Andy Eustace out of Elk Rapids, Michigan, with North Shore Raceworks. And that Trent Fab solid axle machine called Bambi with an FTA 501 billet big block with over 1,000 horsepower. He's got Mickey Thompson tires, Raceline wheels, Baja Designs, Warren Racing, and AMSOIL. He led a lot of King of the Hammers earlier on this year. He just had a great showing in Moab. So we'll see what he can do here at the Badlands. Who's raced KOH, Moab, and Badlands? Paul Wolf, Tad Dowker, Philip McGilton, And I'm probably missing a few, but man, see the dedication out of our drivers. I absolutely love it. And we are on board with Tad Dowker with North Shore Raceworks, and we have a few of those lined up for you this week. And this just goes to show you how gnarly this track is. And look how burned in. He's trying to go around the mud pedal, clips the tree a little bit, but keeps on rocking and rolling. And we are about to lose our onboard camera because it's going to be too muddy, but I love it. It just goes to show you this is what the driver is actually seeing as well. And now he's coming kind of back towards us. You can see our flags. He'll take a left and go across the ridge. So he's less than 10 seconds from this finish line. And taking off next is the number 47 of Philip McJilton out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, with 47 Motorsports and Rusty Nail Racing. He's in that Campbell chassis, single seat IFS, Schofield Performance, LSX 454, Southern Tire Mart at Pilot, Yokohama, KMC Wheels, Simpson, Willwood, and FK. So let's see. So let's roll through 4,400 right now. It's Paul Wolf, Christopher Branton, Brandon Davis, Bill McGibbon, Chad Hunt, Tad Dowker, Kevin Porterfield, Sean Reisky, Jeff Price, Justin Joseph, Mark Price, Roger King, and where is Philip McJilton going to line out? And then we have one UTV that's late to the party. That's Adam Kennett, it looks like. And we do give everybody the opportunity to qualify as long as you connect with Race Ops and say, hey, I'm having car issues. We'll let you run at the end. So, and then after Kennett runs, we'll start a 5-minute timer. And after that 5 minutes up, no racers, no more qualifying. We'll go racing at 3:30 this afternoon. So it looks like we have one more car to finish and one more car to start. And we'll see what time Philip McJilton can throw, but he is sounding good in that Campbell car. So we'll get a time for Philip McJilton here momentarily as he's about to cross the race line, start finish, all over the throttle. And we have a new fastest time of the day, and it's Philip McJilton with a 1:44 in the 4,400 class. Great run, Philip McJilton. Just bumped out Paul Wolf by just over a half a second. But I guess I got to back up because Paul Wolf still has the fastest overall of the day in his UTV with a 1:43. And let me refilter. I'm going to show all, and it is, believe that was Adam Kennett. And it is the number 470 of Adam Kennett. And I do apologize. I do not have him on my sheet, but he's part of Team Indiana, so we're all good. Oh, there he is. Just had to flip enough paper. So Adam Kennett, and I believe Corey Day riding shotgun out of Hagerstown, Indiana with Team Indiana. Part of the G-Force Pro Modified class with Kinetic Customs Polaris, Taurus Tools and Engineering, Branik Motorsports, MRT, ZRP, G-Force, and Warren Racing. He's been racing with us for about 6 years now, and he definitely enjoys having fun out on course. He raced with us for a bit, took a little break off, but great to see him back. All right. So Adam Kennett across the line. So it sounds like we just have a few more minutes to go before we close qualifying. listen to some PCI Race Radio chatter. Make sure we're not leaving anybody out. But, what a great qualifying run it was. So let's, again, you can go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for all the qualifying information. And this will be your starting order for the races this afternoon and tomorrow. And let's just do overall right now. It's Paul Wolf in Pro Modified, Paul Wolf in Open, Philip McGilton in 4400, Paul Wolf in 4400. And then it's Carson Atkins UTV, Nick Anderson, Chris Branton, Brandon Davis, Bill McGibbon, Adam Brown, Nick Anderson, Chad Hunt, Kurt Mackey, Ryan Webb, Tad Dowker, Brandon Davis, Clint Garrison, Cody Willenborg, Alan Burton, and Clint Garrison, covering our top 20 overall. There's a lot of different classes. You can go in there and separate everything. But again, man, what a great day of qualifying it has been. We are going to reset. Cold course qualifying is over for the day. You snooze, you lose. Qualifying is over. But I do believe most of our guys and gals are still working on their cars. How many qualified? We had 81 cars qualified. No, we had 3 tip overs, so 84 in total qualified today. We wrapped that up in roughly 3 hours, so great job, crew. Great job, racers. What a smooth qualifying run we had. And again, we guessed on our qualifying time blocks, and we're within 5 minutes. That never happens, so great job, team. Again, I am Miles Hasquin. It's been a lot of fun qualifying. We are going to take a break. 3:30 p.m. we go live for the Tire Spine Stock Class and the Youth 1K. So get your chores done, get your work done, and come on back. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the 2026 Branik Brawl here at the Badlands Off-Road Park. Qualifying is over. Racing starts 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So from the entire Ultra 4 USA broadcast team, we're going to sign off, and we'll see you here in just a few hours.
Over 25 years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
We don't take these lightly. They're not practiced or anything like that. We're here to try to win. And, you know, we're getting bigger car counts. It's a new track. It's a cool venue, and it's a different change of scenery.
That's what all before it. But then when the three flag drops, it's all out battle. Mad Max is Thunderdome.
It's gonna be tough. Competition is the best of the best. For me, it's just a place to go release some anger and have some fun with my kids, and it's like fist fighting in a goddamn race car.
Sport racing to me is a way to get out with friends. Where we spend time together, it's where you get your blood pumping. I'm excited. I have a lot of confidence on where Ultra 4 is going to be.
Ultra 4 is awesome. It's so much fun to do wheel to wheel with the guy next to you, especially in short course. And what an opportunity to be able to race side by side with like pro level drivers, drivers that have won K-Race previously, OG drivers that have been in this for 10 plus years.
PCI Race Radios, the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja, perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
Tested and proven in some of the world's most rugged environments, the all-new Warn Xeon XD and XP line of vehicle recovery winches have arrived, redesigned from the ground up. Warn Xeon XD and XP represent the ultimate in performance and durability on the market today. You'll have the confidence to go farther, and most of all, go prepared.
We've chased checkered flags through dust, rocks, mud, and worse. We've crowned champions, racked up wins in places where tires go to die. And we're still just getting started. From hammering at hammers to Baja bangers. If it's brutal, beautiful, or just plain ridiculous, we're there. So whether you're bombing through the desert or just dodging potholes in rush hour, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires, built for whatever you're chasing.